also evened up with the 1-1 pitch to Francis, and he lifts a high fly ball down the left field line, giving chase his parent jacket, and that ball is going to be hitting the fence there. Is it gone? It is! So. It's a grand slam by Elliot Francis. The left fielder parent jacket put up his arms as if the ball went through the fence, but it went over the fence. And in one swing of the bat, the Stars lead 5-0. 2-1 offering. He lines that ball up the middle. It's a base hit. Scoring from third is Popham. Cushion reaches base for the third straight time with a base hit and an RBI. It is 9-0 Stars in the lead. 1-1 pitch. Here's a bouncing ball. That's to the shortstop Stagger. He comes to the plate. The throw, it is not in time. Beautiful head first slide into the plate by Wilfong, and the game comes to an end by the 10-run rule. So the Stars score 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. They pick up their 13th win of the season. The big blast from Elliot Francis with a grand slam in the first inning set the tone, and Starmont winning by a final score of 12-2. The best baseball and softball action is on KETR AM 1400 and FM 96.7. It's Upper Iowa Conference softball today on KETR. We close out the regular season with MFL, MarMac, and Central. Both these teams are young, and like young teams do, they've struggled from time to time. The Bulldogs are a team that has continued to improve. Central able to pick up their first win of the season earlier this week with a win over Postville. Both teams looking for a W to help build momentum for the postseason. MFL, MarMac, and Central. It's Upper Iowa Conference softball. Today's On Deck show next.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
For generations, local farmers have trusted Freedom Bank to provide the financial backing they need to succeed. We have a long tradition of empowering success, and that continues today. We offer competitive financing options at competitive rates, whether for equipment purchases, building construction, land purchases, or operating capital. Visit one of Freedom Bank's experienced ag loan professionals in Elkader, Monona, Postville, and Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Roberts Son.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
Hey sports fans, take a time out and call Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owners Brian Buchenhagen and Michael Beck, along with their staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
Top Gun Customs knows that the insurance company wants you to do all the work for them. They want you to download the app, take the pictures, upload them, then they want you to accept the paltry check they think will repair your vehicle. No, no, no. Top Gun writes an accurate estimate, takes the photos, and explains the repair process to you. Let Bob and the guys take all the worries out of your repairs. Call Bob or Nancy at 563-964-9899 at Top Gun to schedule your repair today.
Bulldog Warrior Softball is brought to you in part by Community Insurance of Iowa, Hometown Agency in Monona, Auto, Home Business, Crop Farm and Life, Smithy's Oil and Tire in Monona, Garden View Place in Monona, Ashbacker Building Supplies in Rossville, Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Growl Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, and by Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader. We begin the On Deck show for today's game. We're joined by MFL MarMac softball coach Vanessa Rose. Coach, your team dropping a doubleheader decision to North Fayette Valley on Monday night. Tell me about those two games.
Yeah, so first game, we lost 1-5. NFE is a great team. They have Sarah Dean and Hannah Schroeder, both hit homers. They're always hard to go up against there. We played good defense on the first game, got on the bats right away, then kind of just started hitting to the players and stuff, so couldn't get those runs around like we wanted to, but yeah.
All right, now let's talk about this team offensively. Who are some of the contributors for you offensively?
All right, so offensively, I definitely have Emmy Wickner. She plays shortstop there. She's one of our top hitters there. Casey Pika. She's also one of our top hitters. I think we'll also see a lot from Emma Grau and Brooklyn Lont.
All right, now let's talk about pitching-wise. You've had a number of kids throw for you. Tell me who's going to be contributing tonight.
Yeah, so we have three pitchers. I just kind of rotate them in and out a little bit, but I think we'll see Haley Bozak and Lauren Sandstrom be the two main pitchers tonight.
All right, tell me about those two kids on the mound.
Yeah, so Haley Bozak, she's a junior this year. She's been injured the last 2 years, so this is actually her first year seeing varsity pitching. Lauren Sandstrom, being a sophomore this year, she has actually seen some varsity pitching in the last couple of years. All
right, now turning our attention to Central as we get ready for this ball game tonight. What do you know about the Warriors?
Well, I think they'll get on the bats right away against us, so we just need to learn to get them, just to shut them down right away on the bats.
All right, some of the other keys in the ball game for your team.
Yeah, so, we usually play good defense. We just need to get on our bats right away. Just confidence. They need to be confident at the bat, and they just need to keep up with their communication.
All right, this team, obviously a young team. Do you like the progress your team has made throughout the season?
Yeah, you know what? We talked about communication being a big thing, and over this season I have definitely seen that. It is a young team, and I'm actually really looking forward to what the next couple of years is going to bring. We had 8 eighth graders come out this year, so I'm super excited about that in the next few years.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. Look forward to talking to you in between games. Good luck.
Yep. Thanks, Dan.
Yes, MFL MarMac softball coach Vanessa Rose on her Bulldog team. The On Deck show continues after this. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
We are happy to announce we are once again performing cataract surgery right here at home. This is Jessica Jones, surgery supervisor. We welcome Dr. Cancel from Gunderson, who performs this surgery monthly at our local surgery suite and holds consultations at Gunderson Eye Clinic, Waukon. Dr. Cancel is a wonderful addition to our surgery team, and we're so happy he's here. Call us today for more information.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what they do at Clayton Drug, now offering free delivery of prescriptions to the Monona area. To find out more, call 563-245-2530. Clayton Drug can help you transfer your prescriptions quickly and easily to their pharmacy. Clayton Drug is committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve all in between.
Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, living. So give your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer in both Guttenberg and Monona, a call. You can reach Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. That's 563-252-2471. They can help you and your family be good at life.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Waukon.
During spring and summer, severe weather can strike in a hurry. If you see a power line on the ground, stay away, keep others away, and call your electric utility. If there's a downed power line due to an accident, stay inside your vehicle until the utility arrives and de-energizes the line. Learn what to do if you see a downed power line. Doing the right thing could save your life. Alameda Clayton Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Bulldog Warrior Softball is brought to you in part by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, Myers Auto Service in Monona, Clayton County Recycling of Monona, Farmers Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, and Bacon Concrete in Postville. We continue the On-Deck Show for today's ball game. We're joined by Central softball coach Abby Kummer. Coach, your team dropping to 1-20, 1-13 in the conference. Tough loss against West Central yesterday, 10-9. Tell me about that game.
Yeah, honestly, it was a really good game. We just had one inning where we let hits and some errors rack up, and if we didn't have that inning, that probably would have been a different outcome of that game. But it just kind of showed what our girls are capable of, and if we can take that into tonight, I'll be happy with it.
Well, I think that's been the positive, is offensively you have been better recently.
Yep, for sure. We were definitely on our hits yesterday. And I'm seeing production from a lot more girls, not just relying on a few here and there, but most of our lineup are getting good hits or walks or something and getting some production.
All right, let's talk about that lineup. Who are some of the kids contributing for you offensively?
Yeah, we got Tenley Borman, Savannah Orr, Blair Scharf, Reese Burns, Oakley Armstrong. All of those girls really have stepped up, and like I said, my whole lineup pretty much can produce at this point, at least get a hit, get some kind of contact for the chance to get on base. So those top 4-5 girls really get it started for us.
All right, let's talk about pitching-wise, and you have a couple of freshmen that are contributing for you.
Yep, Blair Scharf and Tenley Borman. Unsure on who will start tonight, but Tenley Borman pitched at our West Central game yesterday, so leaning towards her, but we'll see. It's usually just a before-game decision for me. They're both pretty consistent, both reliable, so it'll just be a decision before the game.
All right, now let's talk about MFL. MarMac, what do you know about the Bulldogs?
They've always been pretty solid. I know they got a couple good hitters, Emmy Wickner, and they're just solid. They've got some wins. We just got to do everything we can to try to do our best. If we play like we did against West Central, I'll be happy.
All right, now let's talk about those keys in the ballgame. What do you want to see tonight?
We need to start out strong. I don't want to have those innings where we have the errors and racking up like we did against West Central. If we can limit those errors, I think we'll be sitting pretty good. And then early production on the bats is always a key, I feel like, for us. So, yeah, just limit those errors. Don't get caught in an inning, and then early production on the bats.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. We'll look forward to talking to you afterwards.
Perfect. Thank you, Dan.
Yes, Central softball coach Abby Kummer on our Warrior team. The On-Deck Show continues after this.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Contact Julie Depke, agent at 205 South Main Street in Elkader, or call 563-245-2366.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
Bulldog Warrior Softball is brought to you in part by Vorwald Enterprises, Inc. in Monona, Canucko Flood Covering in Monona, M's Machine and Manufacturing in Monona, Sincerely Yours Interiors by K in Monona, TD Sports Bar and Grill in downtown Elkader, David Balls, agent for Balls Insurance Agency in Elkader, Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, and Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agents. Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the Jack Dittmer Sports Complex. And we close the regular season with Upper Iowa Conference softball today here on KETR. It is MFL, MarMac, and Central to close the regular season. It's a matchup of two very young teams, two teams that, again, have played like they're young from time to time. Maybe not a lot of success, but somebody going to end this season here on a winning note.
Yeah, you know, we're not seeing the top teams in the conference here, but it should be a good competitive game. Two teams with similar records, like you said, both pretty young. And someone's going to go into the tournament with a win, so that'll be good for that team.
And again, they play two, so there's a chance that they may split this doubleheader tonight, and both of them feeling certainly better about themselves. Of course, for Central, they just picked up their first win in the ballgame on Monday night after splitting there with Postville. Meanwhile, for MFL MarMac, let's start talking about the Bulldogs. They're 5-25. They are 3-11 in the conference. This is a young team, but some of their experienced bats include Garnett Najenko, who's batting .270 with a couple of doubles this year. Casey Pika, a junior, is 15-51 on the season to kind of help lead them offensively.
Yeah, those two do a good job as seniors, and then the Wickner girl is really kind of their star player. She's young, but she's, I think, their best bat in the lineup.
Yep, that's the upperclassman, Autumn Shaw, another senior. This is a team that just has two seniors, but yes, let's talk about the sophomore Emmy Wickner. She actually is the leading batting average there, .484. She has 8 doubles, 2 triples, and 11 RBIs to lead them, and they're getting everything out of their sophomore shortstop.
Yeah, she does a really nice job, hitting almost 500. Looked at total bases. I think she leads the team by far in total bases. So, like you mentioned, a lot of doubles, a lot of triples. Haven't quite seen that home run power out of her. Maybe that'll come as she gets a little more mature, but she can definitely hit the ball.
Now, you talk about the youth that they have. Again, they'll start some 8th graders in this game tonight. They've got a good number of 8th graders. That's the positive news if you hope to keep those 8 kids together, but some of them are going to play in this ball game tonight. So that kind of results in a team that's only hitting .268 on the season, and again, that youth contributes to that.
Yeah, when you go from little league or junior high, whatever you want to call it, up to all of a sudden you're playing varsity softball, that's a huge difference. So they're contributing, they're growing, they're getting better, and as you mentioned, if you can keep that group together, the future looks bright for the Bulldogs.
All right, the story for MFL MarMac has been, though, youth on the mound, and this is a team, and here's kind of the story. Through 20 games, they had walked 140 batters, so you're issuing about 7 walks a ball game, and you have struck out only 45, and you're striking out 2. They're just looking for these young pitchers here, and tonight they'll actually start a junior, but some of those younger kids, like Lauren Sandstrom, who's done a lot of throwing, Grayson Welch as well, learn to throw strikes consistently.
Yeah, and we talk about that, I feel like, every broadcast, whether it's baseball, softball. We saw it in our baseball game the other night. Edco put a lot of runners on base, and you just can't give them those free passes. You got to make them earn it. You got to make them hit the ball.
And this is a team that hasn't been terrible defensively. 46 errors is what they've committed, so they're only averaging about 2 errors a ball game. But the problem has been usually it comes in the midst of a big inning.
Yeah, and those free passes, that usually leads to those big innings. And then, you talk about not many errors, but one error when you're walking a bunch of girls can have a huge impact in an inning as well.
All right, for Central, this is a team that has just 2 seniors as well, and again, they've got a number of freshmen that contribute to them. They're led by one of their freshmen, in Blair Scharf, who's batting a little over 220 on the season, but she has 3 doubles, a home run, leads them RBI-wise with 10.
Yeah, she does a good job. I know she's had some older sisters come through that have played well here, and she's kind of following their footsteps. Young kid, but hitting the ball well, kind of their leader in the hitting department.
Also, Savannah Orr has been contributing. She has 9 hits on the season, 6 RBIs. Reese Barons, one of their 2 seniors, has 7 hits on the year. So this is a team, again, that's only hitting 171 as a team, and it's a team that has been better. The good news is it dropped a decision yesterday morning to West Central 10-9, and then they put up some runs against Postville, so they feel they can score against some of the teams that are towards them, near where they are in the standings.
Yeah, I think when they're playing teams that are kind of their age level, I guess you'd say. I mean, they're all varsity players, but they're very young. When they play other young teams, they compete. They do well against that. They have trouble with the older, more experienced teams, obviously.
And obviously, the same situation for MFL MarMac is the same way for Central, pitching-wise. They throw a couple of freshmen. They've thrown all year long, Tenley Borman and Blair Scharf. Now, the walk's not as bad as MFL MarMac. They've walked 60, but they've only struck out 35 on the season. So when you look at that, the fact that you're playing 20 games, you've averaging 3 walks a ball game and just about a strikeout and a half per game.
Yeah, neither team, has a pitcher that's going to strike out a lot of batters or anything like that. They're just looking to grow, get better, and again, cut down on those walks and get some good defense behind them.
And the big thing for them has been for Central defensively. That's where they have struggled as a young team.
Yeah, so we talked about MFL MarMac with the walks. Central, it's more the errors. They've got to really cut down those errors.
Let's go through the lineup here, as we're likely to start early in this ball game today. Our umpires are Bob Kober and Mark Schleisman for this game today. Let's go through the lineup. First off, for MFL MarMac. Again, the Bulldogs are 5-25, 3-11 in the conference. The lineup goes like this. Casey Pika, the third baseman, bats leadoff. Emma Grau is the right fielder. She'll bat second. Emmy Wickner, their leading hitter, bats third. She's the shortstop. Brooklyn Audette, the designated player, is at the number 4 position. Batting fifth is Garnett Najenko. She is the catcher. And batting seventh is Kitki Worthington, who is the left fielder. Also batting ninth is Brooklyn Lunt. She's the second baseman. Autumn Shaw, the first baseman, bats eighth. Haley Bozick is the pitcher, batting in the number 9 spot. Jerica Willie is the center fielder. She is the number 10 player in the lineup there for MFL MarMac. And it is Kitley. Yep, that's the name. Kitley Warrington, who bats in the lineup for MFL MarMac. Meanwhile, let's go through the lineup now here for Central. Again, the Warriors are 1-20. They are 1-13 in the conference. Tenley Borman is the pitcher. She'll bat leadoff. Savannah Orr, the second baseman, bats second. Blair Scharf is the starting pitcher. She is actually playing third base in this game tonight. So I have her written down as position number 5, which is, of course, third base. She bats third. Oakley Armstrong, the center fielder, bats cleanup. Reese Barons is the shortstop. She'll bat 5th. Crystal Goodrich, the left fielder, bats 7th. Peyton Standard, the right fielder, batting in the number 7 spot. Goodrich actually bats 6th. Standard batting 7th. Aiden Schutte, the first baseman, bats 8th. Miley Mueller is the designated player, batting 9th. And Zoe Armstrong is the catcher in this ball game tonight. And she is in the number 10 position for the lineup. All right, let's talk about keys in this ball game. And I think offensively, let's start there.
Yeah, I think they're both going to be able to score some runs in this game. If you're both teams, I think you just got to stay away from those big innings. MFL MarMac's got to stay away from the walks, and Central's got to play some good defense, cut down on the errors.
As far as, again, for pitching-wise here, strikes. It's where it all starts. Makes things better all the way around, throwing strikes. We talk about how walks lead to runs, but if you're averaging a walk an inning, you're easily giving up over 10 runs a ball game, without a doubt.
Yeah, that just makes it tough. It changes situations. It just makes everything harder when you've got base runners on.
To give you an idea, the walks and hits per innings, it is MFL MarMac at 2.98. So basically what that means is every inning the bases are loaded.
At least, yeah, because that doesn't factor in errors either.
Right.
So, yeah.
And meanwhile, for Central, their walks and hits per innings pitch is at 2.47, so that's nearly the same.
Yeah, pretty similar. So, yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of base runners in this game. It could be a high-scoring game tonight.
All right, for Central, this is their last doubleheader. They will head to Don Bosco on Monday night to play in the opening round of the tournament. MFL MarMac will actually be home with Postville for the tournament on Monday night at 7 o'clock. They feel that they'll have an opportunity to get that ball game against a Postville team, though, that has been improving throughout the season. We'll take a break. When we return, the first pitch coming up here from Elkader. It is MFL MarMac and Central Softball here on KEDR.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Scooters Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooters Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooters Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooters Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooters Coffee in Manchester.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People State Bank. People State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right, 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People State Bank, member FDIC.
The doctors and staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local baseball and softball teams and enjoy the weather and get your kids' summer checkups with Dr. Jessica Wilkie, Dr. Chase Bruner, and Dr. Daphne Hoffler. Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. Call today to schedule 539-4651.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Brought to you by locally owned and operated NEAT, proudly providing high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light to businesses and homes in Northeast Iowa. NEAT also provides computer and network services as well as business phone system sales and service. For more information, visit NEITEL.com or call 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now.
Warrior Bulldog Softball is brought to you in part by Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Rivals Inc. Custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. Furniture Showcase and Allwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments. Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com. The Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, and by Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader. Welcome back to Elkader, ready to go. Top of the first inning, Bulldogs wearing their uniforms that are black there with the bottoms and the blue on top with the yellow trim. Warriors wearing pinstripes, white bottom and tops there with Central across the front of theirs in red. Meanwhile, it will be Casey Pica, Emma Grau, and Emmy Wickner to lead things off here in the top of the first inning. Let's line up Central defensively. Crystal Goodrich is in left field. Actually, correction there. It is going to be, we'll line things up now with Kitley Warrington in left field. For Central, rather.
Yep. You were right the first time.
Yep, all right. We do have in center field, we have Jerica Willie.
Nope, Oakley Armstrong. We got Central's defense.
Yep, so I've got the wrong defense messed up. Who do we have in left field?
Goodrich.
All right, so
Goodrich.
Here's the pitch downstairs. The count is 0-1. In right field?
Peyton Standard.
Okay. Around the horn defensively, I think we've got this right. Casey Pica.
Nope. That's still MFL.
Yep.
So we got Blair Scharf at third.
Which we had mentioned during our pregame. Yep. Here's a bouncing ball that is foul as this game is underway with Pica. We look to get our sheet right. This is what happens when you're talking to somebody through problems at the radio station.
Reese
while you're
Barnes
writing down.
at short. You got that one.
Yep.
And then Savannah Orr at second. Aiden Schulte at first. Tinley Borman pitching and Zoe Armstrong catching.
The right field once again was
Peyton Standard.
Peyton Standard. All right. So we got 9 out there somehow.
There we go.
Hopefully we have MFL MarMacs right for the bottom of the first inning. Count was 1-1 as we get back to speed. That pitch is low. The count is 2-1. So Casey Pica, a junior, 15 of 51 on the season, batting .294 from the leadoff spot. And again, right-hander Tinley Borman is the 8th grade freshman on the hill. The 2-1 pitch, it's high, and the count goes to 3-1. So hopefully these pitchers, again, find a groove here early in this game as they try to avoid the big innings. Central, by the way, in at the corners. Here's a bouncing ball that is foul on the right side of the bag up the first base side, and the count is full. Central in at the corners, as we mentioned, but now they may step back with a full count to Pica, the leadoff hitter. So just underway in our ball game with Emma Grau, the right fielder, batting next in the 2 spot. Meanwhile, Pica looking at a 3-2 pitch. And the offering now from Borman, 3-2 pitch. It's a bouncing ball that's in the hole between second and first. Picking it up there is Standard. Her throw to first, it is not in time. Schutte there wisely turned to catch the throw, but with Pica's speed, able to leg things out. It's a base hit to start this game for MFL MarMac.
Yeah, hard hit ball there. Sometimes you are able to throw that runner out from right field in a softball game, but good speed by Pica there.
Emma Grau is up to bat. Grau on the season has 9 hits through the early part of this year. Looks to square to bunt, takes the pitch downstairs. Off and running is once again Pica. She'll go into second base standing up as Barnes came over from the shortstop position to cover the throw, but she had a tremendous jump, and it was a tough pitch for Armstrong to handle behind the plate.
Yeah, low in the dirt. She did a good job scooping that, but tough to make that throw after that low
Grau
pitch.
took that pitch for a ball, so she pulled things back as she squared to bunt. So now the 1-0 offering, and that pitch is high, and the count goes now to 2-0. We talk about speed-wise. Pica, by the way, only her 7th steal of the season as the ball goes back to second base, but Pica stays on the bag. But as a team, MFL MarMac has 63 stolen bases on the season. And the 2-0 pitch, bouncing ball foul up against the fence, the central dugout area up the third base side, and it goes to 2 balls and a strike. Crowd, not bad to start this ball game tonight. We were out here in left field, and we've got some folks out here had the same idea we did, setting up a canopy.
Yeah, makes it nice under the shade.
Nice cool breeze in the shade. Wind is blowing basically a crosswind. 2-1 pitch, it's high, and the count goes to actually a strike. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. I would say our wind going, left to right, do you think?
Yeah, kind of across the field, I think, yeah.
Looking at the flag in center field. An excellent national anthem sung by 8-year-old Emerson Reinhardt in this ball game. Here's the bouncing ball. Same spot that was hit by Pica. Goes into right field. It's a base hit. Pica waved around from third. They'll throw it into the circle to the cutoff there. And scoring standing up is Pica. Grau with a base hit and an RBI. And the Bulldogs strike first.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Grau there. Just going the other way. Both hitters so far have gone the other way between first and second. Found base hits there.
Emmy Wickner, the shortstop, is up to bat. Again, she is the leading hitter. Batting .484 on the season. And let's see if Grau is on the move at second base, and she is on the first pitch, and it goes by the catcher Armstrong, who slowed it down, but Grau goes into second base, stealing standing up And the Bulldogs, the approach is they're going to be aggressive on the base paths tonight.
Yeah, it looks that way. And again, another tough pitch for Armstrong to handle back there, but MFL definitely being aggressive.
1-0 is the count as Borman works. The 1-0 offering to Wickner lifts a high pop-up in the infield. Barnes backs her way towards the edge of the infield, gets underneath it, and a big out number 1 as Wickner, the top hitter for the Bulldogs, pops out to short for out number 1.
Yeah, big out for Central there. Getting MFL's top hitters always important, especially when you got a runner on.
Brooklyn Audit is the designated player in the lineup, and through the first 20 games of the season, actually only had 3 at-bats, but she's batting cleanup here. The pitch downstairs, the count goes to 1-0.
Yeah, maybe he's found her groove a little bit, and coach maybe riding the hot hand here a little bit.
And we pass along these stats. I think MFL MarMac had 20 games in on their stats out of the 30 they have played, and Central had about 15 in out of the 20 that they've played. Pitch upstairs, and the count goes to 2-0.
Yeah, so sometimes it's hard to know what kids have been doing recently with that.
Yep, so we just try to pass along how they are through a certain point of the season. 2-0 is the count. And Borman, the 2-0 pitch, fouled back, 2 balls and a strike to Audit. So this is the 4 spot in the lineup. Jump off of second base by Grau as she thought that ball was actually missed and started to head towards third, but quickly ruled foul, and she'll head back to second base. 2-1 in the count with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. And Borman takes her time on the mound, 2-1 offering, and that's a pop-up out of play over the backstop area. Armstrong gave it a look from the catcher's position, had no chance to get to that, and it goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I thought we had a fan back there who was going to make a play, but just wasn't able to make it.
Wasn't ready to go early in this ball game.
No, carrying a chair, that probably hindered it a little bit.
2 balls and 2 strikes, the count. 2-2 offering there. It's in the dirt. Count goes to full. And again, a nice job by Armstrong moving over to the left to get that ball from rolling by.
Yeah, good job by Armstrong stopping that because Grau had intentions on getting a third there.
And you have to realize that Armstrong, the catcher, is only an 8th grader back there.
Yeah, that's tough ask.
3 balls, 2 strikes, full count pitch. It is high. It is ball number 4. It is the first walk issued by Borman. There's runners on second and first with 1 out here for the Bulldogs in the top of the first.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt too bad at this point. Gives you some force options now. Just as long as that run doesn't score, that walk doesn't hurt you too badly.
Garnett Najenko is up to bat. She is the catcher, the number 5 hitter. Najenko on the season, as far as batting-wise, 10 of 37, one of the better hitters, and hits a bouncing ball. That's up the middle. It's into center field. It's a base hit. They'll wave Grau around from third. The ball comes back into the center court, the circle there, and it is quickly caught there by Borman, and allowing to score standing up his ground. Najenko with a base hit and an RBI. 2-0 now the score for MFL MarMac.
Yeah, right back up the middle. Good piece of hitting there by Najenko.
And you have runners on second and first. Audit is at second base, and now Najenko will be replaced by a courtesy runner. And we will try to locate who that is over at first base. So Kitley Warrington up to bat, the left fielder, the number 6 hitter in the lineup. Warrington has 4 hits on the season. Second and first, and there is 1 out. So the Bulldogs have put 2 across in the first inning. It continues our trend of teams exploding in the first inning, putting up crooked numbers anyway.
Yeah, top of the first usually it seems as well.
So here is now the offering to Warrington. Pops it up, and the third baseman Sharp takes a step back, reaches up for it, makes the play on the soft line out for out number 2. So Warrington retired, still runners on second and first.
Yeah, nice play by Sharp there. A little kind of a knuckler to her, and she's able to go make that play.
Brooklyn Lunt, the second baseman, is up to bat. Lunt is 14 of 49 on the season, batting .286. She does have a home run, by the way, this year. And still runners on second and first. 2-1, the first pitch there. It's lined to center field directly at Oakley. Armstrong takes a step in, then takes a step back, able to get underneath it, catches it on the line out for the third out of the inning. But for MFL MarMac, 2 runs in the inning. They do it on 3 hits. They leave 2 in scoring position. Again, we have played now 1 half inning, and it is 2-0. Once again, it is MFL MarMac, the early lead.
Boisier Lumber Company in Guttenberg and Elkader, your do-it-best rental center, handles Midland garage doors for residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Midland Steel garage doors provide the best all-around value when appearance, security, durability, and low maintenance are desired. Boisier Lumber and Midland Doors take pride in providing their customers with top-quality products and superb customer service. Contact Boisier Lumber in Guttenberg and Elkader, your do-it-best rental center for Midland overhead doors sales and service.
Edgewood Auto and Towing is an automotive repair shop, tire dealer, and 24/7 towing service. We offer full service work on all autos and semis. Our highly skilled mechanics provide quality workmanship and will get you back on the road in a timely manner. Check out our current tire rebates by calling 563-928-7333 or stopping into Edgewood Auto and Towing for complete terms and conditions.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
Bottom of the first inning, it is Tenley Borman to lead things off. Takes the first pitch there for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Savannah Orr will bat next, and Blair Scharf bats in the number 3 position. We'll line up MFL MarMac defensively. We do have that one right. 1-0 pitch is high. The count is 2-0. Kitley Warrington in center field. Jericho Will actually in left field. Jericho Willie in center field. Emma Grau is in right field. Around the horn defensively, Casey Pika is at third. Emmy Wickner is at short. Brooklyn Lunt at second. Autumn Shaw is at first. The 2-0 pitch is high, and the count goes to 3-0. The catcher again is Garnett Najenko, and the pitcher on the mound for once again MFL MarMac is Haley Bozick, and falls behind on the leadoff hitter. So 3-0, taking all the way, and that pitch is high, and it is ball number 4. So a leadoff walk. This is what we talked about here. Walks in issue, pitching-wise, and it is a leadoff walk in the bottom of the first inning for Central.
Yeah, just what we said. MFL MarMac's got to cut down on those walks, and then we start the game with 4 straight balls there.
And especially after you put up 2 runs in the top of the first inning, you always look for a shutdown inning after that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how you build that momentum.
So Savannah Orr is up to bat. Najenko, again, is a senior, so let's see if Central will try to test and try to run. The Warriors don't run a ton, and that's only because of lack of base runners, but they're 15 of 15 stolen base-wise this year.
Yep, so they're 100% at it when they do.
Yep, left-handed hitting Savannah Orr up to bat. The second baseman, pitch is high. The count goes to 1-0. So you had Tenley, once again, Borman leading things off for them. They actually have 2 Tenleys on their team, Tenley Borman and Tenley Meyer, who's an 8th grader, Borman a freshman. She's over at first base, and she had 4 hits leading into this game. The 1-0 pitch, it's in the dirt. Najenko snaps it to first base. Shaw puts the tag in late as Borman able to get back in there. They do not courtesy run for Borman, or did they courtesy run for her?
I thought I did see someone go out there, but I can't see the number on the back.
All right, we'll try to locate who that is. So the 2-0 pitch, bouncing ball right back to the mound, knocked down by Bozick. She'll go to first base. They'll get the out there. Nice stretch by Shaw, and it's out number 1. The courtesy runner is number 9, Mackenzie Thorson, who moves into scoring position. So a good job by Bozick, especially after bobbling that ball, immediately going to first base, not thinking about second.
Yeah, once she didn't get that clean, I think she made the right decision to go to first with that.
So the runner to second base there in Thorson. Thorson, by the way, is a freshman. And up to bat now is Blair Scharf. Scharf takes the first pitch outside and away. The count is 1-0. Scharf, base hit-wise this year, has 10 hits. That leads Central hit-wise this season. Has 3 doubles, a home run as well, leads them RBI-wise with 10. Takes the pitch inside there, and that pitch is called a strike, and the count goes to 1-1. Tonight, we have a bit of a delay on the home plate umpire tonight, calling those strikes, and he'll yell the word strike, and which we're out in the outfield, can't hear, and then raise the hand. 1-1 pitch fouled there in the batter's box up against the hitter Scharf, and it's 1-2. So a good sign here by Bozick after the leadoff walk, now getting ahead on the number 3 hitter.
Yeah, she started with a bunch of balls in a row, but now 2 strikes back-to-back here to Scharf.
Bozick, a junior for MFL MarMac, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 offering, it's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Going late is Thorson. The throw to third. Thorson is going to be called out, sliding in late to third base. The ball dropped by the catcher Najenko, but not too far away. And it was Thorson kind of hesitating, trying to get to third base. And a nice throw down from Najenko to Pika for out number 2 at third.
Yeah, I think if she goes right away, I think she's there. Even if she slides a little early, it's almost a little bit of a late slide as well.
Yeah, actually kind of slid on top of the bag, to be honest with you. 2-2 pitch to Scharf inside and actually hit her on the left leg. So it was inside and low, looked like a hit her on the calf. So the first batter hit by a pitch in this ball game, and a 2-out base runner for the Warriors.
Yeah, and so far, MFL MarMac's gotten around that walk and that hit by pitch. They've got 2 outs in the inning.
Oakley Armstrong, the center fielder, is up to bat. She has 5 hits on the season. Scharf there at first base, and Scharf as far as stolen base-wise this year. Again, it's a team that doesn't run a ton, and Scharf does not have actually a stolen base this year. That pitch is a strike to Armstrong. Count is 0-1. So 2 outs. Bulldogs trying to get out of this without any damage in the bottom of the first inning. 0-1 pitch, popped up, giving it a look is Najenko. She'll go back towards the fence, and that ball will hit the top of the backstop and go out of play. Najenko was lined up perfectly for it, though.
Yeah, it's a good hop back there by her. I think she, a little bit more towards the infield, and she catches that.
And just ran out of room as she tried to get underneath it. So the count is actually 0-2 now to Armstrong. And the offering from Bozick, and that pitch is high and away. The count is 1-2. The Warriors, as we mentioned, their offensive struggles this year, so that has stopped them from being aggressive on the base paths. May see a little more action tonight as they look to kind of continue their offensive upbeat play they've had. Here's a bouncing ball between short and third, past the glove of the third baseman Pika. It's into left field. First base hit for the Warriors. Runners on second and first with 2 outs, and Reese Barons, a senior, up to bat for the Warriors.
Yeah, now that base running mistake at third base looks really big because you had a run in there and 1 less out.
Reese Barons has 7 hits on the season. You have Scharf at second base. Armstrong is at first base. And here is our first offering to Barons. And the pitch is inside, and the count goes to 0-1 below the knees. The Warriors, this is the part of the lineup that they need to produce. 3, 4, and 5 spot. Got some experienced bats there. And the offering is inside, and that pitch misses. And actually, it's called strike. That's how delayed it is. And it's a ball into strike.
It's kind of frustrating for us out here.
Yeah.
We're not sure what the call is.
Well, and I get that, it's officials tend to kind of wait to hold the hand up, but that's a little extra long. Pitch fouled back. It's a ball and 2 strikes. So we'll try to tamper that down maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
And ahead on the count, again, is Bozick. So 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. Bulldogs the early lead of 2-0, and it's a ball and 2 strikes as they work here to Barons. And Bozick's 1-2 pitch, foul ball, hit up the third base line, past Coach Cummer there in the third base coach's box. It remains a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, good hard cut there by Barons. Hit it hard, but just pulled it too far foul.
The hits that we've seen in this ball game have all been ground balls through the infield for both teams.
Yeah, they're hitting it hard.
1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 offering to Barons. It's upstairs, evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think tonight, one of these games that we may not have very many clean innings tonight.
I think, we're going to see some numbers on the scoreboard, at least some base runners.
2 balls and 2 strikes the count. 2-2 offering. Barons fly ball, center field, up in the air. Jericho Willie comes in and drops the ball in center field. Scharf will score from third. Going to third base is Armstrong. An error leads to a run, and the Warriors back within 2-1.
Yeah, Willie just a little too nonchalant. She thought she had it, and last second the ball just pops right out of her glove there.
And of course, with 2 outs, everybody running, so Oakley goes to third. Barons is at first base, still 2 outs, runners on the corners, and Crystal Goodrich is up to bat. So a break for the Warriors. Pitch upstairs, the count is 1-0. Goodrich has 8 hits on the season. We talked about, for these teams, this is what we've kind of seen from MFL MarMac this year. You got to walk, hit batter, err in the inning.
Yep.
And the Warriors will try to see if they can put up a crooked number here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yep, they got runners on second, third, chance to get some more here.
Goodrich took the first pitch for a strike. This pitch is low, and it's a ball and a strike. So keep an eye on that. Already an extra out in the inning, and anytime you give a team 4 or 5, in some cases for both these teams, it's been 6 outs in an inning.
Yeah, that's tough.
You're not going to have a lot of success. 1-1 pitch upstairs, 2 balls and a strike to Goodrich. The runner at first base went over to second base immediately in Reese Barons. Barons, by the way, a good read on that. She was able to move into scoring position without a throw down from MFL MarMac. So 1-2 is now the count to Goodrich. 1-2 offering, that pitch is away and called strike 3. Goodrich caught looking, the first strikeout recorded by Bozick, and she limits the damage in the bottom of the first. But the Warriors score a run. They do it on 1 hit, 1 error. They leave 2. We've played 1, and it's 2-1, MFL MarMac the early lead.
For generations, local farmers have trusted Freedom Bank to provide the financial backing they need to succeed. We have a long tradition of empowering success, and that continues today. We offer competitive financing financing options at competitive rates. Whether for equipment purchases, building construction, land purchases, or operating capital, visit one of Freedom Bank's experienced ag loan professionals in Elkader, Monona, Postville, and Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Robertson.
Bulldog Warrior Softball is brought to you in part by Community Insurance of Iowa, Hometown Agency in Monona, Auto, Home Business, Crop Farm, and Life, Smithy's Oil and Tire in Monona, Garden View Place in Monona, Ashbacker Building Supplies in Rossville, Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Ground Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, and by Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader. So we've played one inning. Again, our score 2-1. MFL MarMac the early lead. Both teams putting up runs in the first inning. Autumn Shaw, Haley Bozick, Casey Pika to lead things off here now in the top of the second inning. First pitch was a strike to Shaw. Shaw, the 8-hitter, left-handed hitting first baseman, has 4 base hits on the season through the first 20 games and takes the 0-1 pitch low, and it goes to a ball and a strike. Well, for MFL MarMac, it's an unearned run, but again, you limited the big inning.
Yeah, you could have been a lot worse with a walk and a hit by pitch and an error in there, and you only gave up 1 run.
1-1 pitch to Shaw. Pops it up. This is in the infield. Second baseman Orr calls for it, comes even with the baseline, able to call for it, gets underneath it, and Shaw pops out to second. It's out number 1 here in the top of the second.
Yeah, good start for Central here. Always important to get that first batter out.
Haley Bozick now up to bat. She's the 9th hitter in the lineup. Bozick has 12 at-bats through the first 20 games, still looking for the first hit through the first 20 games. And they have her in the number 9 spot for the Bulldogs. So hasn't batted a lot, takes a good healthy cut at the first pitch below the knees, and the count goes to 0-1. So we have a number of Central youth that were here tonight, girls, that are wearing jerseys tonight, Little League jerseys, and they took part in the opening of the game tonight. They lined up a tunnel as the girls went through. 0-1 pitch, and that pitch is a called strike, and the count goes to 0-2.
Yeah, good to recognize the youth girls, and hopefully you can start building the program that way.
We saw the other night Starmont having the Little League boys out there to help introduce the team as they lined up on the first base line. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. It goes to a ball and 2 strikes. But yeah, anything you see them do it during basketball. Yeah. You have kids captains. You have different cheerleader nights, stuff like that.
Yep, sometimes they play between games and things or halftime, and yeah.
But for years, nobody ever thought about doing it for baseball or softball.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing to do. Get people to come to the game, and you want to keep the youth involved to build your program. The 1-2 pitch high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the good crowd helps with doing something like that to bring people to the game tonight.
Yep, that's another thing. Help your gate a little bit that way.
Not a bad idea. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 offering and swinging right through it. The ball is dropped by the catcher Armstrong, but strike number 3, they throw it to first base or the strikeout will be recorded there. So Bozick strikes out for the second out of the inning. First strikeout by Borman, and that will bring up the top of the lineup with Casey Pika.
Yeah, good job by Armstrong jumping on that ball, making a good strong throw to first.
Pika, second inning in a row, the leadoff hitter's been up. She singled, stole a base, and scored in the first inning. She is 1 for 1. Borman's pitch upstairs, count goes to 1-0. So actually, she walked to start this ball game. Pika did. No, she singled into right field.
Yep, hard single into right.
Yep. So the good news is Borman has only walked 1 so far in an inning and 2/3. So it's 1-0. 1-0 pitch in the dirt. Count goes to 2-0. Our umpire wears that off the forearm, but it bounced up. And again, Borman is not going to blow you away, power-wise. She's definitely a pitcher that works on hitting spots with her location.
Yep.
And just as a freshman, it looks like a freshman on the mound.
Yep. You expect her to, increase velocity as she gets older, but
2-0 pitch, slow bouncing ball, but foul of home plate. As getting up there was Zoe Armstrong, able to pick that ball up. And it's 2 balls and a strike. But the big thing for her is not allowing any walks. Let the players behind you make the plays, and they feel like they can be in A lot of good ball games. We saw that this week, even losing yesterday to West Central, 10-9.
Yep.
2-1 pitch in the dirt. The count is 3-1. Tonight in the Upper Iowa Conference, North Fayette Valley and Keyhigh are playing. And those are the top 2 teams in the Upper Iowa Conference.
Yeah, and if they would split, I believe it'd be a 3-way tie with Southwind getting in
Southwind has 2 losses in the conference. 3-1 pitch. It is low. It is ball number 4. So a 2-out walk issued by Borman, and that's a 2-out base runner. You expect Pika to be off and moving. And up to bat now is Emma Grau, the first baseman. Grau singled in a run, later scored in the first inning. So she is 1 for 1 early in this game. And the offering from Borman to Grau. She swings away, hits it foul down the right field line. That'll make it out of play. The bleacher area at the end of the MFL MarMac dugout. The count goes to 0-1. So Keyhigh is undefeated in the conference.
I think they both have 1 loss. I think NFV and Key both have 1 loss.
Did Keyhigh lose this week?
I think they split with Southwind.
All right, so that would make sense if Southwind has 2 losses and Southwind split with North Fayette Valley.
Yep.
So 0-1 is the count. Pitch is high. The count is 1-1. So getting back to that, you have Keyhigh and North Fayette Valley with 1 loss. So Southwind hoping for a split tonight.
Yes, that's what they're hoping for. So it'll be a 3-way tie. Otherwise, if one sweeps the other, they're the conference champion.
1-1 is now the count. So the winner of game number 1 will clinch a share, at least, of the Upper Iowa Conference title. This ball line fouled on the right field line. It goes to a ball and 2 strikes.
Yep, I believe it's in West Union tonight.
Yeah, and in our what we've seen in the season is those 3 teams are really just a cut above everybody.
Yeah, those 3 are the top 3 teams by far in the conference.
And the big thing is they've got better pitching.
Yep, and senior pitching, or at least upperclassmen pitching.
So that adds up to very successful years. North Fayette Valley trying to win their 2nd title in the last 3 years. 2-1, 1-2 pitch, called strike 3 on the outside. Grau caught looking. It is the 2nd strikeout by Borman, both coming this inning. And for MFL MarMac, no runs, no hits, they leave 1. We've played an inning and a half, 2-1, Bulldogs the lead.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
Hey sports fans, take a time out and call Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owners Brian Bugenhagen and Michael Beck, along with their staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
At Top Gun Customs, we know that cars are complicated. We can handle all the complex new features of any vehicle, foreign or domestic. Not only will it look like new, it'll perform like new. At Top Gun, we don't care if it's a 30-point buck or just your neighbor's cat, big or small, we like them all. Top Gun also does fiberglass repairs, boats, motorcycles, guitars, detailing, paint corrections, headlight restoration. There's not much we don't do. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun for details and to schedule your repairs today. 563-964-9899.
Bottom of the 2nd inning, 2-1, MFL MarMac in the lead. The first pitch was a ball to Peyton Standard. The second pitch is a strike. The count is 1-1. Peyton Standard, Aiden Schutte, Miley Mueller, 7-8-9 in the central lineup to lead things off here in the bottom of the 2nd inning with the Bulldogs an early 2-1 lead. The 1-1 pitch to Standard. She lines that into left center, actually right center field, and going over there is Willie and kicks the ball in center field, but it stays in front of her. Standard with a base hit. Second base hit for the Warriors and the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Yeah, it's a nice looping line drive there for an easy base hit for Standard.
9th base hit of the season for Standard coming in. So leadoff runner on. That brings up Aiden Schutte now, the first baseman. Schutte, another one of those kids, not a lot of at-bats. She's been solid over there. The left-handed glove at first base actually bats right-handed. And first pitch, it's a bouncing ball, gloved out of the circle there by Bozick. She goes to second base, but the second baseman Lott not on the bag. The ball thrown, but not at second base. Lott was coming in as if she was going to have to field it. Wickner was coming over there to cover the bag, and the throw went from Bozick to Lunt, who was, again, about 5 feet away from the bag, and everybody's safe.
Yeah, Wickner was covering the bag, and I think, like you said, Lunt was trying to make the play and just cut off that throw for some reason.
Miley Mueller, left-handed hitting designated player, is up to bat, so 2 on, nobody out. Mueller has 1 base hit on the season, not a ton of at-bats. As, again, both these teams just hoping to get production from the bottom of the lineup. This is the number 9 hitter up to bat. So 0-1 is the count. 0-1 pitch inside. It goes to a ball and a strike. So that will go as a fielder's choice for Schutte, though she is still safe at first base. And advancing to second base there was standard. And it ends up actually being more of a mental error than it does anything else. Here's a bouncing ball. This is past the circle. Fielded by the second baseman Lott. She'll go to first base. They'll get the out there. Runner advances to third in standard. Schutte legs into second base. Mueller bounces up but moves the runner 60 feet. It's out number 1.
Yeah, basically a sacrifice right there. I think they had time to get that runner at second, but maybe after the last play, she was just going to make sure she got the out at first.
Tenley Borman is up to bat, now the leadoff hitter. Borman walked in the first inning, so runners on second and first. The offering to Borman, it is inside, hit the ground, and gloved there by Najenko. This is one thing that is really nice about having a senior behind the plate.
Yeah, that's one big difference I've seen between these two teams. MFL MarMac has a senior back there, and Central has a freshman, an 8th grader, I think you said.
Yeah, so pretty young. And the 1-0 pitch, that pitch taken on the outside, it's a called strike, and it goes to 1-1.
And nothing against Armstrong, but that's a tough ask as an 8th grader to play varsity catcher.
Bulldogs play even with the bag at first and third, and it's early in the game, you should, and their normal depth at second and short. Swinging through the low pitch there is Borman. Couldn't get to it, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Warriors had runners on second and third with 2 outs in the first inning and left them there. There's runners on second and third right now with 1 out. But on the ground, they'll likely score a run. And the 1-2 pitch upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think so. I think the good speed at third there. So I think anywhere on the ground we'll tie this game up.
And Bulldogs likely to concede that to stop the makings of a big inning for Central here in the bottom of the second. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 offering, Borman hits a slow bouncing ball up the first base line, but it is rolling foul. Glove there by Shaw near the MFL MarMac Bulldogs dugout. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Borman found her way on base, was replaced by Thorson, the courtesy runner in the first inning, and ended up being run into an out at third base. 2-2 pitch goes by Najenko, a wild pitch, and scoring standing up from third is Standard. Shooting advances to third. It's now tied at 2 as Standard scores on a very wild pitch.
Yeah, that would have been a tough play for Najenko to get that one, and easily scoring from third base.
So the count goes to full now here to Borman. So she was down in the count, and Borman has worked her way back. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 offering, Borman takes it outside. It is called strike 3. A long look from our umpire. Borman caught looking, and it is out number 2 here in the second.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to hit, but he has been calling that a strike all night. So if you're a batter, you gotta see that and take a hack at that one.
Savannah Orr, the second baseman, is up to bat. Bounce back to the mound. 2 outs, a runner at third, and hits a bouncing ball in front of the plate. Najenko can't get to it. The pitcher, Bozic, does, and she'll eat it right there. With the speed of Orr, she's able to leg it out, but it does force the runner to stay at third base. Now runners on the corners with 2 outs for Central.
Yeah, good job by Bozic of just eating that ball because, you don't want to give that third base runner an opportunity to score there.
And it gives Blair Scharf an opportunity at the plate. Scharf hit by a pitch and scored. Takes the first pitch low. They send the runner, but Najenko will throw it quickly back to the mound. And advancing to second base is Orr. At least she didn't eat the ball. She threw it back to the pitcher to at least make it look like you're doing something.
Right.
There's a lot of teams that don't even do anything third and first situations. Scharf fouls off that pitch. The count is 1-1.
I believe in the previous inning they threw it to the shortstop trying to catch the runner at third. Didn't work, but like you said, at least they're trying to do something, give them a different look.
Yeah, and that's the type of situations. A lot in softball, it seems like a lot of teams just let you take second base.
Yep.
1 ball and 1 strike to Scharf, fouls that one back, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So 2 outs. Warriors trying to take the lead early in this ball game. We're tied at 2. Bulldogs scored their 2 runs in the top of the first inning. Central scoring a run in the first and a run so far here in the second, but now 2 in scoring position once again. Can they get that timely 2-out hit? With 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch, Scharf reaches out for a changeup, cannot get to it, and it's back-to-back Ks as it turns out here, recorded in the book by Bozic to get out of the inning. So for Central, 1 run, they do it on 2 hits, they leave another 2 in scoring position. We've played now 2 innings complete, and our score once again is tied at 2. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
Hi, this is Tara Fink, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Helping people bottom line is the biggest reason I chose a career in mental health. During my own struggles, it was difficult to find good support in this area. Therefore, I vowed to come back home to help meet the great need for mental health care in Northeast Iowa. I'm available for consultations at both the Walk-On and Postville Clinic locations, offering assessment, diagnosis, and medication management for all mental illnesses.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
Bulldog Warrior Softball is brought to you in part by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, Myers Auto Service in Monona, Clayton County Recycling of Monona, Farmers Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, and Bacon Concrete in Postville. Emmy Wickner, Brooklyn Audit, and Garnett Najenko to lead things off in the top of the third inning. Wickner took the first pitch for a ball. The count is 1-0. So we move along in this ball game, and Wickner is the number 3 hitter who pops out to short her last at-bat. The pitch upstairs, and it's a called strike, and the count is 0-2. So what we're seeing right now, you mentioned this, the consistency of our home plate umpires, that called strike up high, you're going to go with it.
Yeah, he it looks high from here, but he's been calling it a strike all night, so you got to adjust as a hitter.
0-2 pitch to Wickner. She lines that into left field. It is quickly brought in on one hop there by Goodrich. A strong hit by Wickner into left field. The leadoff runner on for the Bulldogs here in the third.
Yeah, lace that to left field, and I bet we see Wickner running here.
So Brooklyn Audit is the designated player. Walked in her first at-bat. I think Wickner is running on the first pitch. That's what the Bulldogs have done exclusively in this game, is on the first pitch. They've been on the move.
Especially with Emmy Wickner, I think.
And the first pitch, they squared a bunch. They pull things back, and Wickner not going. Pulling things back was Audit. And Audit actually stepped across the plate. Had Armstrong maybe thrown down to second base, and Wickner was not going, you would have had interference.
Yeah, maybe a more experienced catcher just throws that right into the shoulder of the batter there.
And again, they lay down the bunt. Now Audit does her job. Sharp charges in. The throw to first base, and retired there is Audit. But Wickner moves into scoring position. Well-placed bunt there by Audit, and there's one out here in the third.
Yeah, good fundamental softball by both teams there, and Barons rushed to cover third, too, as Scharf made that throw, so Wickner couldn't take that extra base.
Scharf immediately saw the square, hustled in, and recorded the out at first base. So Najenko singled in the first inning. Runner in scoring position now for MFL MarMac, and that ball is lined into center field, and that's a base hit. Towards left center field, knocked down there by Oakley Armstrong. They'll bring it back into the infield to the shortstop Barons, but Najenko now 2 for 2 in the ball game. A base hit and an RBI, and the Bulldogs retake the lead at 3-2.
Yep, good piece of hitting by Najenko. Just a nice soft liner into left center field. Easy. Wickner scores easy on that one.
Kitley Warrington is up to bat. She lined out to third her last at bat. Again, we'll have a courtesy runner brought in for Najenko, and we'll let you know who that is in just a bit. It is running for the catcher situation there, so a courtesy runner. And now, once again, Worthington looking at the first pitch. And the offering, she looks to square to bunt. Borman looks at it. The third catcher, Armstrong, chases up the first base line, but that ball will stay foul as Warrington tried to get that bunt down. The runner, by the way, is Alea Cochran. So Cochran is the courtesy runner for the catcher, Najenko. And Bulldogs trying to play a little small ball here.
Yeah, a little surprised, but I guess, they haven't hit the ball extremely well throughout the year, so just trying to manufacture runs any way they can.
And that ball's line fouled on the right field line. They call the bunt off, and the count is now 0-2. We were surprised, and you still have, again, with Wickner's speed as she scored easily on that base hit, but you thought MFL MarMac pretty aggressive in the first inning, that they just try to keep on stealing until you can throw them out.
And with Emmy Wickner's speed and an 8th grader behind the plate, I'm a little surprised they didn't try to just straight steal her to second.
0-2 is the count. 0-2 pitch is high. The count is 1-2. A delayed steal from the runner sliding in safe. Cochran at second base has to head first slide as the throw gets by, or covering the bag from second. Stolen base from Cochran, but because she hesitated, made the play close.
Yeah, and Armstrong hesitated a little bit behind the plate too. Sometimes those delayed steals, it just gets everyone's timing off.
Well, Armstrong, you mentioned, an 8th grader. Corcoran is an 8th grader running. The 1-2 pitch caught inside, called strike number 3. Caught looking is Worthington. It is the 3rd strikeout recorded by Borman, and all of them looking. It's out number 2. Number 2 here in the 3rd.
Yeah, Borman doing a really nice job. 3 strikeouts in 3 innings. She's got to be, and Central's got to be happy with that.
So Brooklyn Lott is up to bat with 2 outs and a runner at first base. Lott flew out to center field, pitch in the dirt. The count goes to 1-0, and it's dropped by Armstrong, heading to third base and sliding in safe as Cochran. A great jump off of second base that time, and she slides in to third base, moves 60 feet over on the pass ball.
Yeah, and as soon as she saw that in the dirt, she took off and showed that speed.
It is Cochran, by the way, the 8th grader, now at third base. So Lott took the first pitch. Scoreboard says it's 2-2, but that was our first pitch, and the count is 1-0. And a late swing at a pitch upstairs by Lott, and Lott flew out to center field her last at-bat on the season. Lott, we mentioned this earlier, has 14 hits, so she has had among the team leaders for MFL MarMac this season. So she's had a pretty solid year at the plate. 2 balls and a strike. And Borman delivers the 2-1 pitch, changeup, and a late swing there by Lunt. And that's really the first time we've seen the changeup from Borman.
Yeah, really good changeup by Borman there. Lunt way off balance on that swing.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Scoreboard says there's 1, but there's 2 outs. And still a runner at third base for MFL MarMac. 2-2 pitch, it's low, and a nice job by Armstrong staying down to keep that ball in front. We go to a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's important to keep that runner on third base, especially with 2 outs.
So far, this ball game, kind of what we've expected. Expect some runs in this game. Probably not a lot of clean innings. And
competitive.
Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a late swing there again by Lunt. It is now the 4th strikeout, but Lunt goes down swinging, and that does it for the Bulldogs in the top of the 3rd inning. But they pick up a run. They do it on 2 hits. They leave 1. We've played 2.5, and it's now 3-2, Bulldogs in the lead.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve us all in between.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Walk-On. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Walk-On.
Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, living. So give your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer in both Guttenberg and Monona, a call. You can reach Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. That's 563-252-2471. They can help you and your family be good at life. Oakley Armstrong leads things off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and solid single into center field to lead things off. Armstrong singled in the 1st. Singles here to start the 3rd inning for the Warriors.
Yeah, good solid hit there, right back up the middle. Good piece of hitting by Oakley Armstrong.
And Reese Barnes is up to bat. Crystal Goodrich will be on deck as we're here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with a 3-2 Bulldog lead, and that ball is lined into center field, and that's a base hit by Barnes. Going to second base will be Armstrong. She'll hold up there. That ball lined sharply into center field. Back Back-to-back base hits for the Warriors. 2 on and nobody out here in the third.
Yeah, almost a replay of Oakley Armstrong. Maybe that one just slightly harder, but both of them right back up the middle. Good hitting by the Warriors.
The Warriors, as we mentioned, as a team only hitting 171 on the season. But this week, they've had some good numbers. Here's a bouncing ball right side of the infield. Second baseman, Lunt. She'll go to first base. It's a slow roller. That's her only play there. So Armstrong advances to third. Burns to second base. Goodrich retired for what is out number 1.
Yeah, good play there by MFL MarMac. But essentially, again, a kind of a sacrifice for Central, and they've got 2 runners in scoring position.
Peyton Stannard, the right fielder, is up to bat. Number 7 hitter in the lineup. Stannard singled and scored. Takes the pitch high and away. The count is 1-0. But the Warriors, even though they lost to Postville the other night, put up 14 in that game.
Yep.
Put up 16 in the second game to win 16-5 in 5 innings. And then 9 runs yesterday against West Central in a 10-9 loss. 1-0 pitch outside. The count is 2-0. So Coach Kummer has felt like they've been getting better. And like I said, competition plays into that.
Yep, when they play kind of their level, they're doing just fine with their offense.
2-0 is the count now. 2-0 offering inside. The count goes to 3-0. So Stannard, again, up to bat here. And
during spring and summer, severe weather
can that commercial there that was bumped accidentally. The wonders of modern technology. Stannard is looking at a 3-0 count. And the offering with runners on second and third. Bouncing ball swinging right back to the mound. They'll score the runner from third as Bozick picked it up and immediately went to first base, not looking at the runner at third. Armstrong scores easily. Barnes advances to third. Stannard ends up hitting the ball on a fielder's choice, but is credited with an RBI, actually a force out at first base.
Yeah, I think they probably had, was Armstrong a speedy runner, but I think they would have had a play at home plate there.
It was right back on one hop to the mound. And that brings up now Aiden Schutte, the first baseman. Schutte, safe on the fielder's choice. So the Warriors tie it up here in the bottom of the third. Schutte 0 for 1. Barons is at third base. Yeah, that ball hit right back to the mound as that first pitch was a strike. This one is high. The count is 1-1. But again, that's more of a mental situation. We've seen a couple of those for MFL MarMac defensively.
Yeah, we had one physical error, but a couple mental errors out there too.
And Armstrong took off.
Yeah, she was going, and she's got speed.
1-1 pitch. I pitched downstairs below the knees. 2 balls and a strike. The number 8 spot in the lineup for Central. So the Bulldogs scored 2 in the first. Central has scored 1 in the bottom of the first and the bottom of the second to tie it up. Bulldogs have never trailed, and they scored a run in the top of the third, and now Central has a runner there again in the run on the board. Meanwhile, bouncing ball hit to the right side of the infield by Schutte. Soft ground ball to Shaw, the first baseman. Picks it up about 3 steps away from the bag, turns, steps on it there, and that does it for the Warriors in the bottom of the third. But they pick up a run. They do it with 2 hits. They leave 1. We now go to the top of the 4th inning. And again, our score, it is 3-3 with MFL MarMac and once again, Central.
During spring and summer, severe weather can strike in a hurry. If you see a power line on the ground, stay away, keep others away, and call your electric utility. If there's a downed power line due to an accident, stay inside your vehicle until the utility arrives and de-energizes the line. Learn what to do if you see a downed power line. Doing the right thing could save your life. Alameda Clayton Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Bulldog Warrior Softball is brought to you in part by Vorwald Enterprises Inc. in Monona, Canucko Flood Covering in Monona, M's Machine and Manufacturing in Monona, Sincerliors Interiors by K in Monona, TD Sports Bar and Grill in downtown Elkader, David Balls, agent for Balls Insurance Agency in Elkader, Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, and Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agents. Top of the 4th inning, tied at 3 with MFL MarMac and Central. Autumn Shaw, Haley Bozick, and Casey Pika, 8-9-1 to lead things off. First pitch to Shaw. It is inside. The count is 1-0. Shaw popped out to second her previous at-bat. She is 0 for 1 in this game. Both teams have had base runners on, and both teams have left base runners on the base paths, as Bulldogs have stranded 4 through the first 3 innings. Central has stranded 5. So 1-0 is the count to Shaw. Pitch upstairs, count goes to 2-0. Both these pitchers, though, if you think about it, have done a good job working with that traffic.
Yeah, walks haven't been a huge issue for either team, so they're both doing all right.
And we mentioned that MFL MarMac is a team giving up about 7 walks a ball game and been better tonight. Shaw pops it up, third baseman, that is Scharf. She'll move a couple of steps to her left, takes a couple of steps in, gets underneath it, and Shaw pops out for the second time in this game, pops out to third for out number 1. Haley Bozick, the pitcher, is up to bat. Bozick, the number 9 hitter, a strikeout victim, her last at-bat. Borman, by the way, has struck out 4 through the first 3 innings, and now with 1 out here in the 4th inning.
And she's got to be happy with that.
1 out, offering, and it's a pitch right at the knees on the inside, and that's called a strike. The count is 0-1. Our tournament coverage begins Saturday night. We'll move over to KCTN FM 100, doubleheader baseball from Monona. At 5 o'clock, Clayton Ridge Central takes on Waukon. At 7 o'clock, MFL MarMac takes on Postville. Pitch to Bozick, swings through a pitch downstairs. The count goes to 0-2. The on-deck show at 4:30 on KCTN FM 100. This is our final broadcast on AM 1400 and FM 96.7. We'll be over on the FM for the baseball and softball tournament. Our softball tournament coverage begins Monday night with Clayton Ridge at Starmont. 0-2, the pitch to Bozick. Takes that pitch, just missing outside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Then we will see Edco. Edco ranked 9th, and you look at their district, or their region, I should say. That's a pretty good region. A lot of good teams there.
Yeah, I know Wapsie Valley's the top seed, and they've got a good team.
1-2 pitch, swinging through the pitch upstairs is Bozick. Strikeout number 5 for Borman, and it's out number 2 here in the 4th.
But Edco's got a good team as well, and we haven't seen them yet this year, but we've seen them enough in the past to know.
They have been ranked in the top 15 all year, but ranked at number 9. With 2 outs, Casey Pika, leadoff hitter up to bat. Pitch bounces in front of the plate, then goes through. Count is 1-0. Pika has reached base twice, singled and scored in the first, and was walked in the second inning. So the Warriors try to get our first 1-2-3 inning of this ball game. And the 1-0 offering now to Pika. Pika bouncing ball. Shortstop Behrens fields it to her left. Throw to first. It is low, but a nice stretch by Schutte. And it is Pika just retired at first base for out number 3. So the Bulldogs go down in order. No runs, no hits, leaving nobody. Halfway through this one, we're tied at 3.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular, security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping are proud supporters of all of our local high school sports teams. We want to wish everyone the best of luck on their season. We are here for all your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs. Give us a call at 563-245-2154. Again, that number is 563-245-2154. Thank you from Kurt and Ann at Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping, located in downtown Elkader.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Now in the bottom of the 4th inning, moving along. After a long first inning, this game has really picked up. And it will be Central setting up 9-1-2. Miley Mueller, Tenley Borman, and Savannah Orr. The left-handed hitting Mueller to lead things off. She bounced out to second. Her last at-bat, she is 0 for 1. So the pitch popped up near the Central dugout. Good chase given there by Pika, but it'll fall out of her reach. And the count goes to 0-1 starting out. So we mentioned the girls' softball tournament starting on Monday night. Central has to go to Don Bosco, and that'll be a challenge right away for the Warriors. Pitch there, fouled, slapped down the third base line, but it will hook foul. And that again hit by the left-handed hitting Mueller into foul territory. 0-2 is the count. Meanwhile, MFL MarMac gets Postville an improved Postville team. They've really taken a step forward this year.
Yeah, they got a win finally. That could be a good game.
Started out by, again, going 7 innings against some teams this year. Competitive in some games. Pitch downstairs, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. And that's what you're looking for, progress. That's what both these teams are looking for, progress.
Yep, absolutely, especially when you're a young team. That should be number one, just growth and getting better every day.
Getting back to Edco, being ranked at number 9, if you look at how the rankings are, you mentioned Wapsie Valley, they're ranked 5th. So that is a potential regional final matchup. Ball fouled up against the backstop. Count is a ball and 2 strikes. But what happened there is Wapsie Valley actually be the higher seed, and they would likely get to host the regional final.
Yeah, well, and Edco's no stranger to that. They traveled to North Lynn last year and were able to win. So.
And Edco will likely have to play, if you look at the district, their regional they're in, is a Springville team that's right about 500. So there's no easy game. Pitch inside goes to now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And they have played Wapsie Valley once this year, but that was in a tournament, and they did not see Rachel Eccleseder on the mound for Edco in that ball game.
Probably on purpose, I'm guessing.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2-2 pitches upstairs. Count goes to full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. But MFL MarMac feels like on Saturday night they've got a chance to get a tournament win. They swept Postville this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if it's one of those pigtail games or whatever, any tournament win is a good win.
3 balls and 2 strikes. So after getting ahead on the count, Bozick falls behind. 3-2 offering and a bouncing ball. First baseman Shaw able to just a step away from the bag, pick it up, turn, steps on the bag right there. Mueller bounces out to first, and it's out number 1 here in the 4th.
Yeah, good at bat by Mueller, just not able to come up with that hit, but good fight up there.
Tenley Borman, top of the lineup, up to bat for the Warriors. Borman walked in the first inning, a strikeout victim in the second. Warriors have 3 runs on 5 hits in this game. They have not committed an error. MFL MarMac has 3 runs in this ball game, and they have a total of 5 hits as well. They have committed 1 error. First pitch, a ball there to, once again, the leadoff hitter Borman. So well played, so far in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams kind of doing what they need to do here.
And we're just looking to see the routine plays made continued tonight. Swinging through the pitches, Borman, downstairs, a ball and a strike. To close the 4th inning, top of the 4th, Reese moving to her left and did all the technique things you want to see right into the throw.
Yeah, absolutely. And a good stretch by Schulte over at first, too.
1-1 is the count. 1-1 pitch to Borman. Swings through a pitch upstairs. Tough to get to. And it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. We mentioned that high strike has been there throughout. And this is the difference of getting ahead on a hitter. Now you've got a little work room here. You got the ability to work with 1-2. Pitcher's in control. 1-2 pitch in the dirt and did not come off the hand right. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think anytime I'm ahead in the count, I'm trying to throw that high strike and maybe even stretching that a little bit, see if I can get him to chase up there.
So evened up at 2-2. Bulldogs went down in order in the top of the 4th, trying to keep it at a tied game here at 3. 2-2 pitch upstairs, and Borman takes one. Try to tomahawk chop it, and it's over the fence down the right field line. A pitch that was upstairs, and it remains full. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that might have been above her head. You see the MFL outfielders here even chuckling at that one a little bit.
She really went after that one there, trying to chop wood. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count, but she stays alive. And the 2-2 offering, change up outside, count goes to full, and she's now worked it to a full count after being behind 1-2 on the count. So top of the lineup for the Warriors. And this matchup, both teams looking to move up the conference standings. Central and Postville are tied for the bottom of the conference standings. MFL MarMac is right in front of them. 3-2 pitch, swinging through the inside pitch is Borman. It is strikeout number 4 by Bozick and out number 2 here in the 4th.
Yeah, both pitchers helping themselves out here a little bit in this game.
We are definitely getting a solid pitching effort from both these kids tonight, and that's a positive for both these clubs.
Absolutely.
Savannah Orr up to bat, bounced out to first, singled in the 2nd inning. Left-handed hitting Orr takes the pitch downstairs, and the count goes to 1-0. And we talked about the walk problem that MFL MarMac has had throughout the year, and they have only walked 1 so far in 3 2/3 innings. Hit a batter, but only walked 1, and that is a positive.
Yeah, she struggled a little bit throwing strikes early, but has had no problem since those first couple batters.
1-0 pitch, taking in the outside pitch for a strike there is a correction Orr, and it's as quickly a ball and a strike, evened up. Mentioned the crowd on hand tonight. We've got bleachers that are full here in the left field area pretty much. Behind home plate they're full. 1-1 pitch inside, 2 balls and a strike. Folks down the line, you can probably hear the activity going on around us here in the outfield. Got a host of people next to us. People there, vehicles backed open, canopy down the right field area as well. Bouncing ball hit by, once again, the left-handed hitting Orr, and able to get to it is Wickner, but cannot come away with a clean lead. It goes an infield single. Wickner covered a lot of ground to get to that ball near second base. Just couldn't come up with a clean lead. 2-out base runner for the Warriors.
Yeah, great range by Wickner. Left-hander, speedy Orr. I don't think she probably gets her even if she gets that clean, but great job of just keeping it on the infield.
Blair Scharf hit by a pitch, scored the first run for the Warriors in the first inning. A strikeout victim last inning. Takes the pitch upstairs, and a good job by Najenko going up high. They throw it down to first base. Shaw in front of the bag catches it, and they will not put a tag on Orr as she was able to slide back in. First pitch high, count is 1-0. So let's see if the Warriors can do with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. And Scharf takes a cut through a pitch. Downstairs, it is short, misses it on that short, quick swing. Often running on the pitches, or they throw it down to second base, but no chance to get her. She's in there standing up as Najenko had to regroup behind the plate on a pitch that was low. So into scoring position is Orr on the stolen base.
Yeah, kind of low into her left. Really tough to make that throw, and Orr's got good speed.
1-1 pitch to Scharf, hit by the pitch for the second time. She was hit by a pitch in the first inning, struck out in the third, and now runners on second and first for Central with 2 outs, and Oakley Armstrong is up to bat. Armstrong is 2 for 2. She has scored a run in this game.
Yeah, so good chance here for the Warriors. Armstrong has hit the ball hard both times.
We were talking about stolen base-wise this year, or with her 4th stolen base. Pitch there is a called strike to Armstrong on the inside. The ball got by the pitcher, Bozic, but backing it up is Lunt, and staying at second base will be Orr. So Orr at second, Scharf at first base. Armstrong is the number 4 hitter up to bat. The 0-1 offering takes that pitch outside, and just is called strike. It caught the corner on a long look from our home plate umpire. The count is 0-2 now.
Yeah, I don't think Armstrong liked it, but must have caught a piece of the corner there.
Warriors have left 2 on in the first 3 innings twice. And here's a ball that is lined into center field. It's a base hit. Quickly picked up there by the center fielder, Willie. They'll throw to the plate. It's cut off by Wickner. Sliding in safe at the plate is Orr without a throw. They hold the runner Scharf at second. Armstrong with their 3rd hit of the ball game. A base hit and an RBI. And the Warriors lead 4-3.
Yeah, Armstrong's had herself a night at the plate here. Base hit every time. Up the middle, I believe, every time as well.
Reese Barnes is up to bat. She is 1 for 2. So all of this with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Warriors take their first lead of this game. They've scored a run in all 4 of their at-bats. Barnes is 1 for 2, safe on an error, and singled. So runners on second and first. Pitch upstairs. The count is 1-0. As the throw came into Wickner, she faked the throw to the plate. Scharf was off a step at second base, but they were going to concede the run in that situation.
Yeah, tried to catch Scharf, but good job being heads up by Scharf.
If that ball goes to the plate, 2 go into scoring position. Bouncing ball, shortstop Wickner. The hop comes up, but she's able to field it, throw across the diamond to Shaw, and they retire Barnes at first base for the 3rd out of the inning. But for the Warriors, a run. 2 hits. They leave 2. We go to the top of the 5th inning. The first lead of the night for the Warriors. They lead by a score of 4-3.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact Julie Depke, agent at 205 South Main Street in Elkader, or call 563-245-2366 today.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Warrior Bulldog Softball is brought to you in part by Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Rivals Inc. Custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. Furniture Showcase and Oil Wine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments. Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com. The Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, and by Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader. Now in the top of the 5th inning, Central in the lead, 4-3. Leading things off, Emma Grau, Emmy Wickner, and Brooklyn Audit. Scoring to bunt was Grau. She fouled it back, and the count is 0-1. Grau is 1 for 2 in this ball game, a base hit and an RBI, and scored a run. Also, they strikeout Victim her last at bat, so the count is 0-1. Warriors again taking their first lead of the night. And they work. She looks to bunt again, lays it down, up the line, fielded by Borman. She goes to first, and they get her out there by about 2 steps. Fielded well by Borman, who just barehanded the slow-rolling bunt, makes the throw to first base. That is now 6 in a row retired by Borman, and out number 1 here in the 5th.
Yeah, Central's playing a really good defense. Borman's pitching well. Some of them are strikeouts, so Central looking strong right now.
Emmy Wickner, the shortstop, is up to bat. She popped out to short, singled in a run in the 3rd inning, singled and actually later scored. So the offering to Wickner takes the pitch. It's right at the knees. It's a strike. The count is 0-1. Wickner made a nice play to close things in the bottom of the 4th. That ball came up on her late.
Yeah, she's a solid shortstop and a really strong arm there as well.
0-1 is the count as Borman gets ahead. The 0-1 offering pitch in the dirt. It goes to a ball and a strike. We've seen a number of pitches in the dirt in this game, but we've seen these pitchers. Again, Borman has only walked 1 in this game, and MFL MarMac with Bozick has only walked 1. Again, 2 hit batters in this game, but they have stayed away from the high number of walks. Wickner bouncing ball foul up the third base line. It's a ball and 2 strikes. This is the 3 spot in the Bulldog lineup here in the top of the 5th. 4-3, Warriors in the lead. MFL MarMac has 3 runs in this ball game, 5 hits, but as we mentioned, 6 in a row retired by Borman, who's really found her groove. A ball and 2 strikes. Central defensively, there's a big gap in left center field as the left fielder Goodrich kind of plays just off the line. Pitch in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And with Wickner, anything to the outfield, she's got a chance with her wheels to get to second base.
Yeah, I think you want to be a little careful here if you're Borman.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Wickner, 484 on the season. Base hit here would put her at 500. Pitch upstairs, and it goes now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. But having a season, needless to say.
Yeah, she's having a real successful individual season. Like to see a little more team success, I'm sure, but she's doing well for herself.
3 balls and 2 strikes. So here's now the full count pitch. It's in the dirt, but it is ball number 4. So Wickner walks. It is the 2nd walk issued by Borman and a 1-out base runner for the Bulldogs here in the 5th.
And let's see if they straight steal her this time. I know they bunted her over last time.
Brooklyn Audit is up to bat. Audit walked in the 1st inning and bounced out to 3rd. And Wickner has every look at first base like she's going to be going. And it's a bouncing ball. They go hit and run. Shortstop Behrens bobbles it, picks it up, has no play. Couldn't come up with it cleanly there. And the ball actually moved a few feet away from her after kicking it with a spike. That's the first error by the Warriors in this ball game. But now 2 on for MFL MarMac with 1 out.
Yeah, and that's why you hit and run, because it makes Behrens think, now, can I get out at second or do I have to go to first? And then all of a sudden you bobble it.
Garnett Najenko, the catcher, is up to bat. This is what you want if you're MFL MarMac, a senior at the plate. And she hits a bouncing ball. Behrens charges it, handcuffs her. The ball moves just a few feet away. Everybody moves up. An error charged on the play on a ball that was hard hit. Plus, Wickner did a great job of kind of running and cross there, but not making any contact. And the base is now loaded for MFL MarMac.
Yeah, another hard hit ball. And like you said, good job by Wickner just kind of getting in Behrens' sight line, not getting called for interference, but definitely being a nuisance there.
Cochran comes in as the courtesy runner once again for Najenko. So Wickner's at 3rd, Audit is at 2nd, and you've got Cochran at first base. And up to bat is Kitley Warlington is 0 for 2 in this ball game, lined out to 3rd and also bounced out to 2nd. Here's a bouncing ball to Behrens, fields it to the right, long throw to first base, sails over the head of Schutte. Trying to go from 2nd to 3rd is going to be the runner Cochran, but they held the runner at 3rd base in Audit. So it's another error. Scoring is Wickner from 3rd base. We're now tied at 4, and the base is still loaded here now for the Bulldogs in the top of the 5th.
Something happened at 3rd base because they called the runner at 3rd base out. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but they called her out.
So it'll still be an error charged on the play, but what'll happen there is the runner is called out for interference, it appears to be, going from 2nd to 3rd base. So that helped kind of disrupt the throw for Behrens. So 2 outs now, and here's a ball that is fouled back by Lunt. Lunt is 0 for 2, flew out to center field, a strikeout victim in the 3rd. But the Bulldogs now have runners on 2nd and 3rd after Audit called out at 3rd base. And now 0-1 is the count. So getting ahead is Mormon, who trying to get out of this with the game still tied here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, Barons needs to settle down at shortstop here and make a play.
Change up, pitch inside. The count goes to 1-1. Yeah, the last 3 balls have been hit to her, and they haven't been what you would say, or she had to go. She had to move left, had to move right on that last one.
Yep, and then a little bit of high throw there, so she's not going to put those 3 on her highlight film.
And 2-0-2 is the count. Apparently there was a strike called in that pitch to Lent, and the pitch is a high fly ball. This is to right center field. Going back is the right fielder on the run. Standard reaches up for it, and it's snow cones, but she hangs on to it for the 3rd out of the inning. Well hit by Lunt, but a nice track down by Standard, and that does it for the Bulldogs in the top of the 5th. 1 run without a hit, helped out by 3 errors. They leave 2 runners on. We've played 4.5. Our score now tied at 4.
Scooters Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooters Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooters Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooters Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooters Coffee in Manchester.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
The doctors and staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local baseball and softball teams and enjoy the weather and get your kids' summer checkups with Dr. Jessica Wilkie, Dr. Chase Bruner, and Dr. Daphne Hoffler. Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. Call today to schedule 539-4651.
Now in the bottom of the 5th inning, we're tied at 4. Set to lead things off for the Warriors is Crystal Goodrich, followed by Peyton Standard. Aiden Schutte here. That is 6, 7, and 8 in the central lineup. First pitch was a called strike, again to Goodrich. It's only fitting that you see somebody make a big play defensively, that they are up the next following inning. Here's a ball that's hit to the second baseman, bobbled by Lunt. She picks it up, throws it to first base, and they get Goodrich there by a step. Second time, Goodrich has bounced out to second. Lunt knew she had time and able to make that play.
Yeah, good job by Lunt, not panicking, found the ball quickly, and made a strong throw.
And that brings up now Peyton Standard, the right fielder, who made a spectacular play to close things in the top of the 5th. Standard is 1 for 2 with a base hit, a run scored, and bounced out. Here's a bouncing ball, third baseman. Pika fields it on the line, throw across the bag to first. Good stretch by Shaw. 1 pitch and 1 out. Standard bounces out to third.
Yeah, that catch she made probably saved 2 runs at least, and almost beat that one out, but good strong throw by Pika.
And the ball hit well, but she was able to drift to the right and then make up a ton of ground because that ball was headed towards the fence. So Schutte is up to bat. Aiden Schutte is 0 for 2. Safe on a fielder's choice, bounced out to first, but the second inning in a row that the pitcher Haley Bozick has retired the first 2 hitters, and she would like a clean inning for herself on the mound.
Yeah, it didn't go as well last inning. Let's see if MarMac can get out of it here.
And the 1-0 pitch fouled back by Schutte, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. So bottom of the 5th inning, we have Cubs baseball, I want to remind you, coming up tonight on KEDR, AM 1400 and FM 96.7. We will likely join the pregame in progress. It looks like we're going to be finishing after 6:30 anyway, in all likelihood. Pitch there, taking the pitch away, and for a called strike is Schutte, and it goes to 0-2. Pregame starts at 6:30. First pitch is at 7:05. So hopefully we'll get you at least into part of the pregame and then the first pitch tonight. The first place Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch, bouncing ball, foul, and we'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. So this is our final ball game of the regular season for us on AM 1400 and FM 96.7. Always have to work around the Cubs schedule. That never makes things easier for us during the summer. But it's good news is they play tonight, so should be able to get in on the action. 1-2 pitch, inside and low, and the count now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Warriors have scored a run every inning. For MFL MarMac, 2 in the first, a run in the third, and a run in the top of the 5th. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 offering. Bouncing ball past the glove of the pitcher Bozick. Second baseman fields it there in lunt. Charged it. Fields it inside the baseline. Throws it to the first baseman Shaw. And the Warriors retired in order for the first time tonight. No runs, no hits, leaving nobody. We've played 5. It's a game with MFL MarMac and Central tied here at 4.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner, supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Brought to you by locally owned and operated NEAT, proudly providing high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light to businesses and homes in Northeast Iowa. NEAT also provides computer and network services as well as business phone system sales and service. For more information, visit NEITEL.com or call 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now.
Bulldog Warrior Softball is brought to you in part by Community Insurance of Iowa, Hometown Agency in Monona, Auto, Home Business, Crop Farm, and Life, Smithy's Oil and Tire in Monona, Garden View Place in Monona, Ashbacker Building Supplies in Rossville, Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Ground Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, and by Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader. Now in the top of the 6th inning, we are tied at 4. It has been a close game throughout. Autumn Shaw, Haley Bozick, Casey Pika, that is 8-9-1 to lead things off for MFL MarMac in the top of the 6th inning. Both these teams looking forward to an opportunity to pick up a much-needed win, and they've put themselves in the position here in a close ball game.
Yeah, we could have a potential walk-off situation here.
Autumn Shaw is up to bat. Shaw has popped out twice. She popped out to second and popped out to third, so she is 0 for 2. Left-handed hitting Shaw, pitch in the dirt. The count is 1-0. I think what we have been the most pleased about here, and I think the coaches would say the same thing, pitching has been solid tonight.
Yeah, pitching has been very solid. With the exception of last inning for Central, defense has been too, although it didn't hurt them too bad.
Bouncing ball, second baseman going over to the right there, but unable to make the play is Orr, and Orr charged with a tough error. She reached to the right there, just couldn't come up with it cleanly. Shaw able to leg things out, the leadoff runner on here on the top of the 6th.
Yeah, that's going to be an error, but a tough error. Like you said, she had to go a long way for that. Did a good job of knocking it down, just not able to make the play.
So Haley Bozick is up to bat. There was no throw to first base, and sitting on first base is Autumn Shaw, just having a seat at first base.
Yeah, she's getting a little rest there, I guess.
And I believe that's Shaw up to bat. We'll double check. Shaw is number 21, and that was Chloe Schutte. Chloe Schutte is at first base. So up to bat now is scheduled is Haley Bozick, but number 7 is up to bat, and that will be Kenzie Ball. So Ball, first pitch, bouncing ball, that's between first and second. That's into right field, a base hit. So the runner advances to third. There's runners on the corners with 1 out. Again, that is Chloe Schutte, who was safe on the air, and again, a left-handed bat, just like Shaw. And now on the first pitch, lining that ball into right field is Kenzie Ball for the Bulldogs. So runners on the corners here, 8-9 hitters have reached.
Yeah, top of their order, they got a chance to do some damage here.
Casey Pika is up to bat, the third baseman. Pika is 1 for 2, looks to bunt, fouls it back. The count is 0-1. Pika singled and scored in the first, walked in the second, bounced out to short in the 4th inning. So later stages of this ball game, it was MFL MarMac making some changes at the plate. We'll have to see if they stay that way defensively or the Shaw and Bozick re-enter.
Yeah, we'll have to find out here, but so far it's worked for him.
And again, Jericho Willie is the number 10 spot in the lineup, as trying to bunt and stabbing at it was Pika, and with no results. And takes their opportunity away if you stab at it. But going to second base will be, once again, number 7 into second base in Ball. So Kenzie Ball into scoring position. So there's 2 in scoring position with nobody out. Pika now looking at an 0-2 count. 0-2 pitch, bouncing ball right side of the infield, past the glove of the second baseman, or she reached over towards the bag. It's a base hit. Scoring from third is Schutte. Ball scores from second base. It's a base hit in RBI for Casey Pika. She drives in 2, and the Bulldogs go up 6-4.
Yeah, big hit there by Pika. Take the lead for Monona, and they've got something rolling here.
And that brings up now here Emma Grau. So After retiring 6 in a row in the 5th inning, Bulldogs starting to make some better contact here in the later part of the stages. Emma Grau looks to bunt, lays down a beauty. It's fielded by Borman as she charged in. The throw to first, it is in time. Going from first to third will be Pika. The throw there, she's able to get in standing up, as covering the bag was Behrens, who caught it on the ground. And they play situational softball as Grau with a sacrifice bunt, a runner over to third now with 1 out.
A great job by Pika taking that extra base.
And you have now Emmy Wickner up to bat. Wickner 1 for 2. Popped out to short, singled and scored, walked and scored last inning. So 1 out, 2 runs on the board for the Bulldogs. Pitch to Wickner, it's a changeup, and that pitch is a called strike in the inside. The count is 0-1. Bottom of the lineup, starting it for MFL MarMac here, and pinch hitters.
Yeah, when your bottom hitters get on, it's usually a good sign for your team.
0-1 is the count now here to Wickner. The 0-1 offering, that pitch is a changeup, stayed upstairs. Too high out of the strike zone there.
He called it a strike.
He did.
He's the one. He's been given that pitch. I'd throw that one more time.
0-2 is the count. Yeah, that one I thought he wasn't going to call that one a ball, or a strike rather. But yeah, he called it a ball, and it's been consistent all night long.
Yes, it has.
0-2 pitch. Wickner reaches out for it, pops it up. Schutte heads towards the edge of the MFL MarMac dugout. That'll make it up against the bleacher area. Past that dugout, out of play, and it's 0-2.
And Borman did throw that pitch again, and why not? One more time, I think.
And Wickner figured, I got to go after it, right?
Yeah, and she's doing the right thing too, but that's a hard one to hit.
So 0-2 remains the count. 0-2 pitch to Wickner, takes it low, and a nice job by Armstrong, pitch in the dirt. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Pika is at third base, as they have brought in 2 so far in this top of the 6th inning, and there is still 1 out. You've certainly got your best hitter at the plate. Looking at the count, 1-2. 1-2 offering, reaches out for it, slaps it into right field. Standard, a late break, drops the ball on the run in a break for MFL MarMac. Scoring, standing up from third, is going to be Pika. They throw the ball to the plate with no chance. It sails over the head of the catcher. That will allow Wickner to advance to second base. So it goes as an error, even though Standard did a great job getting to the ball, but the run scores, and it is now 7-4, MFL MarMac in the lead.
Yeah, the ball had a little slice on it, and Standard just not able to corral it.
And Wickner will still be credited with an RBI. So up to bat, Brooklyn Audit, who is 0 for 2. Walked, and also a bounce to third, and safe on an error. By the way, a late delay steal from Wickner to third base. She did not go. She stopped about halfway, and Armstrong threw it down to Scharf at third base. Pitch called a strike. Still 1 out. So Audit is the cleanup hitter up to bat. And again, our score, 7-4, MFL MarMac. This is the biggest lead for either team in this game. And the pitch to Audit in the dirt, scoots by Armstrong, and wisely Wickner will stroll into third base there, and they push another runner over to third.
Yeah, Wickner just waiting for a low pitch in the dirt to go.
Central, 3 errors in the 5th inning, 2 errors here in the 6th.
Yeah, they had been playing such a clean game, and just these last 2 innings, it's kind of caught up to them.
0-1. Audit takes the 0-1 pitch. That's on the outside corner. Misses away, and it's a ball and a strike. Actually, 2-1 is now our count. So Najenko waiting on deck. We'll have to keep an eye on whether or not Schutte, Autumn Shaw, and Haley Bozick, whether they re-enter the game. 2-1 pitch, takes it high, and that's too high. So the count is 3-1. I kind of paused to make sure that wasn't a strike.
That's close to where he's been calling them, but that one maybe just a little bit too much.
So the count now 3 balls and a strike. And Borman works with the 3-1 pitch, and taking it low for ball number 4 is going to be Audit. So runners on the corners now with 1 out still. Najenko up to bat. She is 2 for 3. She has singled twice, drove in a run. Cochran has been the courtesy runner for her, so she has not scored a run in this ball game, but she's been on base all 3 times. Wickner is at third. Audit is at first base. And let's see how Central handles the third and first situation. You figure MFL MarMac's going to be running here. And Najenko swings and lines that into center field. Oakley Armstrong on the run, catches it. They'll bluff the tag with Wickner from third. The ball knocked down at the plate by the catcher Armstrong on the line throw from Oakley Armstrong in center field to Zoe Armstrong at the plate. And a good throw by Armstrong causes everybody to stay put.
Yeah, that was a great play by center fielder Armstrong there. Strong throw to home because Wickner's got good speed and she was tagging.
Kitley Warrington is up to bat, and Warrington is in this ball game, 0 for 3, but with an RBI. She lines this ball into right center field on the Chases Standard. It's going to fall down. That could possibly score, too. Wickner scores from third. They'll wave around Audit. The ball gets by the cutoff person, and scoring standing up is going to be Audit. Into third is Warrington, who never broke stride. She's credited with a double. Drives in 2, and it's 9-4. Make it 10-4 now the score. MFL MarMac in the lead.
Yeah, great hit there by Warrington. Hard hit to right center field. Kind of broken this game open for the Bulldogs.
So they have scored so far 5 in this inning. Have they scored 5 this inning?
Yeah, it should be 9.
Yeah, I was going to say
the scoreboard's wrong.
Scoreboard's wrong. It's actually 9-4. So this ball lined into center field. That's a base hit, and it scoots by Armstrong in center field. Warrington with a first base hit. She'll run second and headed to third. Relay come in. It is cut off there at second base. It is now 10-4. Warrington has her first base hit of the ball game. Her second RBI. She ends up at third. The third error of the inning against Central, and the Bulldogs are going to bat around here in the 6th.
Yeah, maybe the scoreboard operator knew something we didn't. Although now they've got it for 11, so it's still wrong.
So Brooklyn Lott actually is the 9th batter to up at the plate. Scheduled to go up, but correction there. It was Lunt who just got that base hit, right?
That was Lott, yep.
So Autumn Shaw scheduled up, but Schutte is up to bat. So Warrington scored from third, and it was Lott actually with the base hit and the RBI. This ball foul, and actually scoring from third on a wild pitch ends up being from third base. Scoring standing up is Lunt there.
Yeah, she missed. She swung, but she missed. So strike, and ball got by the catcher, and MFL puts another run on the board.
Now it's 11-4, even though the scoreboard says it's 12-4.
Yep.
So they have scored a total of 7 runs in this inning. And Autumn Shaw, who was due up, this inning started with Chloe Schutte coming into bat for her, who was safe on an air and scored. And she lines that ball into left field, and that's a base hit. So it's becoming a hit parade for the Bulldogs. They've battered around here in the 6th inning, now in control as the inning continues.
Yeah, they've broken this thing wide open, getting through the order the second time now.
The left-handed hitting Shaw took that ball between short and third. Second time she's reached base this inning. And again, you have Kinsey Ball up to bat now, who singled earlier this inning. She pops that one out of play. The count is 0-1. So this is how this started, with a couple of pinch hitters for MFL MarMac.
Yeah, and we've gotten all the way back around to them again.
And the top of the lineup, they've got a chance to get to that as well. So the Bulldogs hitting the ball much harder this inning. Even the outs have been hit hard in this inning. 0-1 the count. 0-1 pitch, a changeup upstairs. Count goes to a ball and a strike. So for Central, these are the type of innings they've been able to avoid, but tonight so far, but this is what has happened to them with one of these innings.
Yeah, they had been doing such an amazing job through the first 5 innings, but the 6th inning just gotten away from them.
A ball and a strike the count. 1-1 pitch, taking it outside and away is ball. Count goes to 2-1. So 7 runs scored in this inning, and the Bulldogs have 5 hits so far in this inning. But 3 errors have contributed to a long inning for Central defensively. 2 balls and a strike. There's a changeup upstairs. The count goes to 3-1. So now you can see that, again, you kind of maybe down a little bit here with how this inning is going. Central, this is something at a young team you got to learn to fight through, right? Play the next pitch.
Yep, and that's the toughest thing is consistency for a young player.
3-1 pitch. It is low. It is ball number 4. So Bozick, actually ball correction, walks. Runners on second and first for Borman. That will be her 4th walk she has issued, and Casey Pika is up to bat. Pika, really the first base hit to get them going in this inning, as she drove in 2 with a single and later scored. Second and first, still 1 out, and pitch in the dirt there, and actually correction, 2 outs. Pitch in the dirt, the count is 1-0. You had the sacrifice bunt by Grau, then you had Najenko lining out, and I mean a line rope to center field.
Yeah, so that might have been the hardest hit ball of the inning.
And Pika, 1-0 pitch, takes it upstairs, count goes to 2-0. So this is now the 12th batter for MFL MarMac to bat here in the top of the 6th inning. Warriors just trying to get out of it. They don't want to give up that 8th run because of the new rules. You've got the 8-run limit after 5. Pika pops it up over the backstop, 2 balls and a strike.
Right, yeah, we're talking possible mercy rule here.
Yeah, that's the change, which we just learned about last week. And 2 balls and a strike is now the count. So Pika, the leadoff hitter, who has 2 hits, she is actually 2 for 3 in this ball game and has scored 2 runs. Takes a changeup upstairs there high, and it's called strike. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, that pitch has been there.
Yep. I'd live there, I think, if I was a pitcher in this game.
So again, our count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Borman rocks back, delivers the 2-2 pitch. It's in the dirt, scoots by the catcher, Zoe Armstrong, and that will allow everybody to advance up 60 feet. So Schutte goes to third, ball goes to second, and the count goes to full now here on Casey Pica. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Borman has allowed 7 runs in this inning, but not very many earned runs in this inning. And here is now your 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball, that's between second and first. It's into right field. It's a base hit. Scoring from third easily is once again Schutte. Ball waved around. She'll score standing up from third. It's a base hit. The 4th RBI of the inning for Pica. And it's now 13-4. MFL MarMac in the lead.
Yeah, this thing is wide open now, and Central calling a timeout, probably talk some things over. I think good timeout here.
Yeah, Coach Kummer coming out to the mound here. So they have put up 9 runs in the top of the 6th inning. And it is Pica again now with 3 hits in the ball game. And just a nice job going with the outside pitch.
Yeah, she's hit it that way a few times. Good job just getting that inside-out swing, that away pitch, and driving it to right field.
Coach Kummer bringing in the entire team. The outfielders come in as well here. And one of these learning situations, and it's a case that it's become a very long inning for them, so that doesn't help matters. There's still 2 outs. Emma Graw has the rare opportunity to make 2 outs in the same inning, though she had a sacrifice bunt. She gave herself up for the first time.
True, yeah. It's something you never want to have happen, but we'll give her a pass because she did give herself up on that first one.
Took one for the team there. And Grau is 1 for 3 with a base hit, a run scored, and an RBI. Struck out in the 2nd. Bounced back to the mound in the 5th, and then had that sacrifice bunt as part of this 9-run inning. So after the break of the mound, Borman works back, and the first pitch is upstairs. The count is 1-0. So now in this inning for MFL MarMac, they have a total now of 6 hits in this inning. And it is a commanding lead now at 13-4. And the pitch, a bouncing ball, third baseman Scharf fields it to the left, throw across the diamond to Schutte, and they finally end the inning over at first base on a ground out to third. But for MFL MarMac, 9 runs in the inning. They do it on 6 hits, helped out by 3 errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We're suddenly 3 outs from this game being over.
Boisier Lumber Company in Guttenberg and Elkader, your do-it-best rental center, handles Midland garage doors for residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Midland Steel Garage Doors provide the best all-around value when appearance, security, durability, and low maintenance are desired. Boisier Lumber and Midland Doors take pride in providing their customers with top-quality products and superb customer service. Contact Boisier Lumber in Guttenberg and Elkader, your do-it-best rental center for Midland overhead doors sales and service.
Edgewood Auto and Towing is an automotive repair shop, tire dealer, and 24/7 towing service. We offer full service work on all autos and semis. Our highly skilled mechanics provide quality workmanship and will get you back on the road in a timely manner. Check out our current tire rebates by calling 563-928-7333 or stopping into Edgewood Auto and Towing for complete terms and conditions.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
Central needs 2 runs to keep this game going. Miley Mueller, Tenley Borman, Savannah Orr, 9-1-2 to lead things off here. And the first pitch swinging through the first pitch was Mueller, the count 0-1. The second pitch delivered, the count is 1-1. 9 runs in the top of the 6th inning for MFL MarMac, and what was a close ball game and a really well-played ball game took a big turn. 1-1 pitch inside, that's a called strike. The count is 1-2.
And that's what's disheartening if you're Central. You were playing so well, tie game, competitive, and then then one inning just ruins that whole thing.
A ball and 2 strikes now to Mueller. Bounced out to second, bounced out to first. And the 0-2 pitch swings right through the outside pitch. It's dropped there by the catcher, once again to Janko, but she's able to pick it up, throw from her knees to the first baseman Shaw, who re-entered the ball game. Mueller called out on the strikeout. It is strikeout number 5. Bozick re-entered in the ball game as well. She has done a very good job on the hill, has only walked 1 batter in this game so far.
Yeah, and that's been the key for her. She's had trouble with walks, but not tonight.
Tenley Borman, top of the lineup up here for the Warriors, down to their final 2 outs. Borman is 0 for 2 and swings right through the first pitch. She has walked and struck out twice. So the Warriors in the 2 innings, in the 5th and 6th innings, gave up 10 runs, 6 hits, and Central committed 6 errors in that process. 0-1. And kind of, again, tells the story of the season. And a lot of the young teams, MFL MarMac's had those kind of innings as well. 0-1 pitch, high and outside. The count goes to a ball and a strike.
Yep, it's just that consistency you're looking for. And it's tough with young kids. They play so well for so long, but they just can't do it for the whole game.
Yeah, I would tell you right now, through the first 4.5 innings, I think Coach Kummer says that's the team we have. 1-1 pitch. Borman swings through a pitch downstairs. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes.
And that's what can be frustrating with young kids. You see the flashes of what they can become, but they're just not there yet. They just need that experience.
So the count is a ball and 2 strikes. And Bozick with the 1-2 pitch in the dirt goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bozick worked out of trouble a number of times in this ball game. Warriors have 7 hits. That's been a bright spot for them, but they left 2 runners on in the first, second, and in the 4th inning. So Bozick has had a lot of traffic on the base paths, but made key pitches. And here's another one. 2-2 pitch, swinging right through it is Borman. Strikeout number 6 for Bozick, and the Warriors down to their final out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, the Warriors just never able to have that big inning for themselves. They had possibilities a couple times, but just never able to put that big inning together like the Bulldogs did last inning.
Savannah Orr, left-handed hitting second baseman, is up to bat. She is 2 for 3. It takes the pitch high and away. The count is 1-0. Orr bounced back to the mound, singled in the second, singled and scored in the 4th. Central led this game 4-3 at the end of the 4th inning. But it has gotten away. 1-0 pitch outside. The count goes to 2-0. MFL MarMac trying to closing in on picking up their 4th win of the season. That would move them into sole possession of 7th place in the conference. 2-0 the pitch. Inside, misses, and the count goes to 3-0. Central will drop to 1-14 in the conference. And a team that just won their first game against Postville split a doubleheader against Postville on Monday night. And 3-0 is the count. 3-0 pitch to Orr. Bouncing ball, swings away. Shortstop Wickner cannot get the glove down in time. It scoots by her. Warriors stay alive. The 2nd error of the ball game committed by the Bulldogs, and a 2-out base runner for Central.
Yeah, just right under her glove. Didn't get the glove to the ground. You don't see that too often with Emmy Wickner, but not able to put it down.
How about Orr? 3-0 count. She does have a couple of hits in this ball game, but she went after the 3-0 pitch.
Yeah, a little surprising, but if you're confident up there, go for it.
Blair Scharf is up to bat. Scharf is 0 for 1. She's been hit by the pitch twice. Takes the first pitch there. It's a strike. They throw it down to first base. Diving back there is Orr, and there's no tag applied as that throw, again, caught by Shaw at about eye level. So did not have a chance to get her. 0-1 is the count. Scharf trying to keep this going for the Warriors. 0-1 pitch. It's inside. Count is a ball and a strike. She's been hit twice on those inside pitches.
He called that one a strike as well.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Scharf kind of moved back a little bit.
The way she reacted, it looked inside.
Yep. The umpire's always looking to call strikes, I'll tell you that. 0-2 is now the count. And the 0-2 offering to Scharf, it is a changeup outside. It goes to a ball and 2 strikes. If you are MFL MarMac, you are not concerned about Orr at first base. They, again, that's why I was surprised to see Najenko throw it down, but Najenko's a senior, and she's going to try to keep everybody honest. 0-2 pitch in the dirt, and it's blocked there by Najenko. She'll throw down to first base again, but flopping back into the bag is Orr, just a couple of steps away. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Scharf.
Yeah, she's confident in herself, confident in her first baseman. Throw it down there.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Bozick trying to finish this game off here in the 6th inning. 2-2 pitch. Scharf fouls it back, got a piece of it in the batter's box. Ball actually rolls fair, but it hit her in the batter's box. And we'll do it again, 2 balls and 2 strikes. They're going to play baseball here tomorrow night. Clayton Ridge Central will play here at Dittmer Sports Complex. They were working on the field earlier today.
Yeah, I'm guessing they don't host many games here.
And they, because kind of tribute to their Central seniors, I believe they're going to focus on. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2-2 pitch, followed up against the backstop. We'll do it all again with an even count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. After our ball game, we'll take a quick break. And it looks like we'll be able to get into the Cubs postgame show in pretty good shape, which is important. And obviously get you there in plenty of time before the 7:05 first pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count, with Orr at first base with 2 outs. And Bozick with the 2-2 pitch. It's a high pop-up, a major league pop-up. Third baseman Casey Pika calls for it in foul territory, makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning, and that does it for the Warriors. The Bulldogs erupt with 9 runs in the top of the 6th inning to pull away. They defeat Central by a final score of 13-4. With the win, MFL MarMac 6-25, 4-11 in the conference. Central drops to 1-21, 1-14 in the conference. We'll take a break. Game stats, coaching interviews. Your post-game show is coming up. You're listening to high school softball action on KEDR.
For generations, local farmers have trusted Freedom Bank to provide the financial backing they need to succeed. We have a long tradition of empowering success, and that continues today. We offer competitive financing options at competitive rates, whether for equipment purchases, building construction, land purchases, or operating capital. Visit one of Freedom Bank's experienced ag loan professionals in Elkader, Monona, Postville, and Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Roberts Son Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Roberts Son.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
At Top Gun Customs, we know that cars are complicated. We can handle all the complex new features of any vehicle, foreign or domestic. Not only will it look like new, it'll perform like new. At Top Gun, we don't care if it's a 30-point buck or just your neighbor's cat, big or small, we like them all. Top Gun also does fiberglass repairs, boats, motorcycles, guitars, detailing, paint corrections, headlight restoration. There's not much we don't do. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun for details and to schedule your repairs today. 563-964-9899.
Bulldog Warrior Softball is brought to you in part by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, Myers Auto Service in Monona, Clayton County Recycling of Monona, Farmers Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, and Bacon Concrete in Postville. Welcome back once again here to Elkader. It is MFL MarMac winning by a final score of 13-4 in 9 innings. We're joined by MFL MarMac softball coach Vanessa Rose. Coach, first off here, what a 6th inning. And it started with a couple of pinch hitters in the bottom of the lineup.
Yeah, it did. Those you'll see those 2 in the second game here. Definitely needed to change something up. We weren't getting some hits done. They came in, they got the hits going for us, and that's what got the inning going.
Yep, you score 9 runs in that inning, and Chloe Schutte and Kenzie Ball score 4 of them in that inning. Obviously, Casey Pika had the big inning for you there. Yep. She had a great night, 3 for 4, scored a couple of runs and 4 RBIs.
Yep. Nope. Very proud of the girls. It just took them a little bit while to get going here, but very proud. They turned it around.
All right. Obviously, some of the other hitters for you as well. Garnett Najenko hit the ball hard, it seemed like, every time.
She did. Yep. She did. She's been coming around towards the second half of the season here. She was definitely a big hitter for us last year.
All right. Emmy Wickner, your top hitter, only a hit, and it's funny you say only a hit because you're used to getting her 2-3 hits a ball game.
Oh, yes.
But scored 3 runs still.
Yep. Again, she's another big hitter for us, big player tonight and stuff. I could tell she was a little frustrated with her batting, but I'm hoping she'll turn that around for the second game for us.
All right, the big thing is pitching-wise, I think Haley Bozick with one of her better performances. I think only walked 1 in this game.
This was her best performance, absolutely. Especially, we said after about that 4th or 5th inning, those strikes really started coming in more and more. Very proud of her. I told her how proud I was of her, and she definitely knew it was her best game.
Well, and the other thing is had to work out of some traffic early in the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. And she works through it. She sometimes struggles with that, but she worked through it really hard. Very proud of her.
The other thing is defensively, mostly a clean game. I think some improvement there.
Yep. That missed ball out there in center, that kind of, I know Jericho was frustrated with herself with that, but just a few things they cleaned up, but I feel like we finally did that towards the end there.
All right, now game number 2, who do you look to throw?
We actually are going to throw Grayson Welch. She's an 8th grader. We were trying to throw Lauren, but her shoulder is hurting a little bit, and we kind of want to save her for the walk-on game tomorrow night, and so we're going to throw Grayson to start with.
Yeah, you guys play walk-on tomorrow night, and then Postville Saturday night, right? Start tournament?
Monday night.
Monday night, I'm sorry.
Yep,
yes.
no baseball Saturday night against Postville.
Yep. All right, so we'll have that game on Monday night.
Yep.
Or on Saturday night we'll have that game. Monday night, we wish you guys good luck.
Okay, sounds good.
Hope
Thank
to catch
you so
up with
much.
you guys in the postseason.
Yep, thank you.
MFL MarMac softball coach Vanessa Rose talking things over about her Bulldog team, victorious by a final score of 13-4. We'll take a break. We'll continue here with game stats and coaching interviews still to come here on Key ADR Sports. Hey, sports fans, take a time out and call Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local-friendly service. Owners Brian Bugenhagen and Michael Beck, along with their staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
At Top Gun Customs, we know that cars are complicated. We can handle all the complex new features of any vehicle, foreign or domestic. Not only will it look like new, it'll perform like new. At Top Gun, we don't care if it's a 30-point buck or just your neighbor's cat, big or small, we like them all. Top Gun also does fiberglass repairs, boats, motorcycles, guitars, detailing, paint corrections, headlight restoration. There's not much we don't do. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun for details and to schedule your repairs today. 563-964-9899.
Bulldog Warrior Softball is brought to you in part by Vorwald Enterprises Inc. in Monona, Canucko Flood Covering in Monona, M's Machine and Manufacturing in Monona, Sincerliors Interiors by K in Monona, TD Sports Bar and Grill in downtown Elkader, David Balls, agent for Balls Insurance Agency in Elkader, Elkader Chiropractic Center Dr. Jamie Hammersland, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, and Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agents. Welcome back to Elkader. Again, MFL MarMac wins 13-4 in 6 innings. We're joined by Central softball coach Abby Kummer. Coach, first off here, I'd say 5 innings. That's the team you wanted to see.
Yeah, it was. We started off really strong, even though I thought we could have brought more energy and communication, but I couldn't have. It went well. The first, we always have one inning that shoots us in the foot, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, let's talk about that inning. Obviously, it ended up being a lengthy inning for this young team.
I mean, yes, they were hitting gaps and stuff, but there could have been stuff we could have done better to get those outs, and that's just what kills us every time, I feel like.
All right, let's talk about some of the individuals offensively. Oakley Armstrong, 3 for 3, drove in a run, scored a run for you.
Yeah, she's been really on fire these last few games, and I couldn't expect anything more from my junior.
And obviously played a good center field for you. Made a couple of nice plays out there.
She always hustles out there.
All right, Savannah Orr, 2 for 4 in this ball game, scored a run from the number 2 spot. She reached base 3 times.
Yeah, she's a great girl.
Obviously, let's talk about some of the other kids. Reese Barons reached base a couple of times. Peyton Standard had a nice catch in right field and a single and score.
Yeah, for sure. Those ladies always keep showing up and doing their job. That's all I can ask for.
All right, pitching-wise in this ball game, Tenley Borman, I think Tenley gave you what you were hoping for.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I definitely think she did. Just that 6th inning, we tried to move the ball around. They were just hitting those gaps. But overall, I felt like she did a really good performance.
All right, you took time out during that 6th inning, and what was the conference about, if you don't mind sharing with the young team?
I just said at the beginning of the game, what did I tell you girls? We got to avoid that one inning that always shoots us in the foot. This is exactly what happened, but I said we just had to get out of it and get on the bats. Unfortunately, we couldn't score a few to keep it going, but it is what it is. You live and you learn, right?
Right. You just try to eliminate that. You have another game here. Who do you look to throw tonight?
We'll start Blair. We can always go back to Tenley if we need to. We'll see what Blair can do to start us off, though.
All right, and obviously this is your final game of the regular season, right?
Yep, hoping to get something going here.
All right, you play Don Bosco. You know anything about them as you look ahead to Monday night?
I know they're good. That's all I can really say. I know they're good. They got a young, good pitcher and a bunch of good hitters. So got to do everything we can, I suppose.
All right, Coach. Good luck in game number 2. Keep working at it.
Thank you.
Once again, that is Central softball coach Abby Kummer talking things over there about a Warrior team. They drop a 13-4 decision. Let's go through the totals as MFL MarMac scores 9 runs in the top of the 6th inning to pull away. Winning pitcher in this ball game was once again Haley Bozick, who went 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, walked 1, struck out 6. Let's start there. Good performance by Haley.
Yeah, I thought Coach Rose said it was probably, or definitely was, her best game of the year, and that makes sense because walking 1, she hit 2 batters but only walked 1, and that just shows you what it can do for your defense when you're not giving those free passes.
Let's go to the individual totals. First off, for MFL MarMac, Casey Pika, 3 for 4, drove in 4 runs as part of that 6th inning and scored 2 runs. Emma Grau, 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Emmy Wickner, 1 for 3 but scored 3 runs, drove in a run. Brooklyn Audit was 0 for 2 in this ball game, scored a run. She reached base 3 times. Garnett Najenko in this ball game was 2 for 3 with an RBI. And also in this game, it was Kitley Warrington, who was 1 for 4, 2 RBIs, and scored a run. Brooklyn Lunt was 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Autumn Shaw was 0 for 2 in this ball game. Chloe Schutte came in to pinch hit, batted twice in the 6th inning. She was 1 for 2 and scored 2 runs. And it was Haley Bozick 0 for 2 in this ball game. Kenzie Ball pinch hitted for her in the top of the 6th inning, and she was 1 for 1 with a base hit and a walk, and also scored 2 runs as part of that 6th inning. 13 runs, 11 hits for MFL MarMac. They committed 2 errors. For Central, 4 runs, 7 hits, 6 errors in this ball game. They only had 2 hits after the 3rd inning. Individually for Central, it was Tenley Borman taking the loss, 6 innings, 11 hits, 13 runs, walked 4 and struck out 5. But again, the run total, I think, doesn't say how well she threw in this game.
Yeah, I agree. She pitched well. Just ran into a bit of bad luck, and a couple things happened in that 1 inning, but other than that, it was strong.
Individually, Tenley Borman 0 for 3, Savannah Orr 2 for 4, scored a run. Blair Scharf 0 for 2, scored a run. Oakley Armstrong 3 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Reese Barons was 1 for 3 in the game. Crystal Goodrich 0 for 3. Peyton Standard 1 for 3 with a run scored. Aiden Schutte was 0 for 3. Miley Mueller 0 for 3 in this ball game. MFL MarMac scores 9 runs in the top of the 6th inning to win by the 8-run rule, and it ends up being a 9-run decision, 13-4, the final score. This wraps up our softball coverage here on KDR AM 1400 and FM 96.7. Obviously, we start the baseball tournament Saturday nights on KCTN FM 100.1. You can also listen online, kctn.com, the audio on the KCTN YouTube channel as well. And getting back to this ball game, MFL MarMac looking to enter the season here on an up note.
Yeah, they're hoping to end the season with a couple wins, go into the tournament hot. They think they can win that first one versus Postville, and you never know what happens after that.
So our baseball, and for Central, again, you look to rebound. Let's see how they respond in Game 2.
Yeah, and they've got a shot in this game, too. They've just got to find that consistency. They led at one point in Game 1. They were right there. They just got to get rid of that bad inning and have that consistency.
Responded very well after that loss against Postville the other night with a 5-inning victory. So again, we'll start with baseball Saturday night at 5 o'clock. Clayton Ridge Central takes on Waukon. The 7 o'clock matchup is MFL MarMac and Postville. The on-deck show begins at 4:30. First pitch at 7 o'clock on KCTN FM 100.1. Our girls softball tournament coverage begins Monday night. Clayton Ridge is at Starmont. The on-deck show at 6:30. Game time at 7 o'clock. Again on KCTN FM 100. We'll see you for the doubleheader Saturday night.
Sounds good.
Again, our final score, it is MFL MarMac defeating Central 13-4 in 6 innings. For Coach Mike Stats, I'm Dan Behrens. My thanks to Paula Mahoney for running our studio show tonight. For a complete recap of tonight's ball game, highlight scores, and more, go to KCTN.com, click on the Sports tab. By the way, Chicago Cubs baseball coming up. We'll be joining the pregame show in just a couple of minutes. Cubs playing at 7:05 on, once again here, AM 1400 and FM 96.7. That'll wrap it up here from Elkader.
Are you wanting to eat better, feel better, get your weight or other numbers under control, and need someone to hold you accountable? This is Brandy Strube, registered dietitian with Veterans Memorial Hospital. I welcome consultations with patients of all ages and look forward to helping you meet your nutritional goals. Please call the hospital to set up an appointment or ask your doctor for a referral at your next visit.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
Warrior Bulldog Softball is brought to you in part by Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at GuttenbergHospital.org. Rivals Inc. Custom Gear, Screen Printing, Embroidery, and online shopping at RivalsInc.com. Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. Furniture Showcase in Oilwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments. Car Auto Group, online at KARAutogroup.com. The Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, and by Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader.